WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents.
Across the line to Kovacic. Kovacic, the leading scorer for Missouri State. Drive, score! And guess who gets that goal? The guy that we are going to talk to in the second period intermission, Carson Warnig.
Isn't that the way it usually goes?
Carson Warnig with a nice blast through some traffic. And Missouri State has a 1-0 lead.
You know, that would sound really egotistical if it wasn't so true. It happens more often than not. I can't figure it out.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
2-on-1. Here's Saunders with Lounder. To Lounder, he shoots, he scores! I'm going to do it, Dan. I'm going to interview every Ice Bears player. The two we interviewed today have scored goals. And Chad Lounder gets his first goal with Missouri State this season.
With the call, here's Dan Lee and Steve Casson.
And live from Mediacom Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Rink, it is Missouri State hockey as the Ice Bears take on the University of Alabama Frozen Tide. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, along with our cameraman Scott Rice tonight, as Missouri State 2-0 after a couple of big wins over Maryville University. Now, Maryville University, a brand new ACHA Division II hockey club. They really needed to get things going, and they did. And, of course, Jeremy Law, the head coach of Missouri State, and John, his name escapes me right now. I've known John for several years, and I can't remember his name. But,
Hogan.
But we'll just say Coach John. And John Hogan, he really needed a team to kind of get started with, and he wanted to, since it's so close, to get started with Missouri State. So the Ice Bears did play a couple of games last weekend. Now, yes, they did win by a score of 10-1 and 7-1, but that aside, it really made Missouri State kind of get an idea of what they need to do and what they need to work on as they come into against the number 22 Alabama.
Yeah, and more importantly, it gave head coach Jeremy Law a chance to look at some of the players who were on the fence as far as making the final 21. You can only come to the bench with 21 during an official ACHA Division I game. And he had several extra players that he got a chance to look at last week. Now, those players will rotate in and out as the season progresses, but it gave him a better idea of how he could line things up for at least the next couple of games. And those things will change. So there was a lot of exhibition type scenario going on last weekend. People trying to figure out what they've got, what the best lines are. And that was all part of that opening weekend. Same thing for Alabama. They had a fairly easy time against Auburn last week, an 8-0 victory over Auburn in their first game of the season. Pretty much a tune-up game for the Frozen Tide. And head coach Kyle Richards was looking at a lot of extra players in that one as well. But he comes to town tonight with a couple of scratches on the roster. We won't be seeing Taylor Joseph tonight. We won't be seeing Tim Kirkwood, but he still has a very heavily laden team as far as talent is concerned tonight, Steve.
Well, and one of the things that the Frozen Tide do have is the fact that they played their first full season in ACHA Division I just a couple of seasons ago. They jumped, that is, from Division III, just like Arkansas did, up to Division I, and they've been fairly competitive. Again, ranked number 22 in the preseason poll. Missouri State is ranked number 17, and of course, 17 and above made it to nationals last year. An unfortunate 4-1 loss to Arizona, but again, that game was very, very close towards the end. It was an empty net goal that made it 4-1, and then a late goal, but at one point it was 2-1, almost 75% through that hockey game.
Yeah.
And Missouri State, of course, if you remember watching the Nationals, had a goal that was not allowed. It rolled off the back of the goaltender and in the net, and it was a goal, but by definition, if the referee cannot assume it was a goal. He can only, by physically seeing if it was in the net, call it a goal. He could not see it. You can't call it a goal. Yes, you can assume it's across the line, but if you physically can't see it. So that's basically what happened last year for Missouri State.
Yeah, but still, they did make it to the playoffs technically, or at least postseason. We'll call it postseason. And that kept Jeremy Law's streak intact as a head coach for various teams along the way.
Sure, they did. And Jeremy Law 15 seasons, he's taken his team to the Nationals, or excuse me, to postseason play, as you said. In this case, it was the Nationals for Missouri State, because Division I, the way it works, and at least with the WCHL, there are no playoffs. So if you make the Nationals, you are automatically awarded a Nationals bid. Now, some teams have a playoff system where if you win your league, you get an auto bid. And you may not even be ranked, and you'll get an auto bid. But that's not the way it is in the league for Missouri State. Speaking of these two teams, they split the last meeting between these teams, and it was back on November 18th and 19th of 2016. The Ice Bears had a 6-5 win and an 8-5 loss. And in the first game, the Ice Bears used a late goal to win that game. I believe it was Andrew Kovacic who scored, and the Ice Bears ended up winning 6-5. And then Missouri State trailed in game number 2. And every time they would score, Alabama would come back and score. And as Missouri State came back from a 4-goal deficit, Alabama just went puck by puck and would end up scoring, and Missouri State just could not hold them off, so they earned a split. Last season, both teams, schedule-wise, could not make it happen to play each other, and this year we're going to do it, and we're going to make up for it. We'll have 2 here at Mediacom Ice Park, and then we will head out to Pelham, Alabama, and those games will be February 8th and 9th, and we'll play at the Pelham Civic Center. So it's going to be 4 games this season to make up for last season. Goal scorers, though, if you look at the leaders for Missouri State, Andrew Kovacic leads the team in the series, 4 goals, 4 assists. And Brennan Anderson with 3 goals and 1 assist, he's second. Alex Turin and Chris Brown have 3 assists each. The leader in goals for Alabama, in fact, points total, is one of their better players who we will need to watch on the ice, and Dylan Teed, number 11, 6', 180. And Teed, actually, he's been now upgraded to 195, a big kid. And Dylan Teed has 6 goals, 2 assists in 4 games for Alabama since these two teams have met each other as a Division I squad. Yeah,
and of course where they're hurting tonight is Taylor is one of the 2 players who were scratched tonight due to minor injuries. He'll be back in a little while, but for right now, Taylor, their second leading man with 3 goals, and he will not be in tonight's contest, so that's a little bit of a handicap for the Frozen Tide tonight. Yeah, Taylor Joseph is his name. If you're looking at my notes there, Dan, I put the wrong name, but it is Taylor Joseph who is scratched tonight. I want to welcome everybody listening on KBFL FM and AM in the Springfield area. Thanks for tuning in, part of our broadcast package now. I believe we're going on 10 years of partnering with Meyer Communications and doing broadcasts, and we appreciate you tuning in. And as the Ice Bears get ready, it's kind of an extended situation here.
Yeah, they're a little longer getting on the ice than normal tonight. And they're just finishing getting the ice set up and ready to go. This, just to give you an idea of Mediacom Ice Park, is one of I think one of the better arenas that we or any team can play in, and it's hard to believe that this rink is 18 years old. If you go back to 2000, 2001, and it looks brand new. It looks like you've just walked in here for the first time, and it's freshly painted. Yeah. And it looks amazing as they get the goals set up on either end and get ready to get things started here as you're watching on Web Sports Radio's live TV. And of course here in the East Rink, they rededicated it to the man who pretty much launched the Missouri State University hockey program here, one of the gentlemen who went a long way toward making this all happen 18 years ago, something like that. It was Stan Melton, one of the visionaries who saw this happening, helped to get this ice park built. And, of course, we're in the house that Stan built because of that reason tonight, the Stan Melton Arena, formerly known as the East Rink here at Mediacom Ice Park. Dan, I want to make one correction. You mentioned 21 players. Well, the rule has been handed down. As of today, you can now roster 22 players. That's an extra goaltender usually. Yeah. Well, you can go, it used to be 19 and 2 goalies or 18 and 3 goalies, but now you can go with 22 players, which means you can have an extra forward. Oh, I like that new rule. The Ice Bears did not do that tonight. They have 28 rostered players, so that means 8 players are sitting tonight for Missouri State. That includes, actually, let me see here, 7 players. looking at my notes here. So Bradley Anderson, and the Ice Bears are going to be without Travis Barrett tonight. Now, Barrett has an excuse. He's going to a family function, so he is allowed to do that. He will not play on what I call the B line. So in place of him tonight will be Brian Schumacher. He gets his first start on the second line. He had 5 goals, 10 assists, 3 power play goals, and he was a +1 last season for Missouri State for the junior out of St. Louis. He'll be on a line with Zane O'Brien and Jordan Bratton tonight.
And of course Schumacher normally on defense, so he's going to get a little forward time tonight and have some fun.
And he's played both. When the Ice Bears needed that kind of substitution, he was able to do that.
Actually,
and he did that a lot last season.
He was very effective the few times they let him turn him loose on the front line. He was very effective.
And you say why? Well, if you look at it, the Ice Bears already have 2 players that are sitting that are on defense, with Bradley Anderson and Alex Smith. Tonight, they're going to work with Derek Smith and Sam Heiseroth. Carson Warnig and Patrick Johansson, Brennan Anderson, and Chris Brown will be the defensive core for Missouri State. In nets tonight, it will be Bailey Stevens once again. Stevens is 1-0 with a 1 goal against average, .938 save percentage. And Missouri State will start the sophomore once again here at Mediacom Ice Park.
As you hear the Ice Bears taking to the ice here at Mediacom Ice Park.
Yeah, it's getting loud in here once again.
Waiting for Alabama to make their appearance, and here come the Crimson Tide, or the Frozen Tide if you prefer in hockey circumstances. Ice Bears decked out in their white jerseys, maroon pantaloons and hard hats with the maroon numerals, and the Crimson Tide, of course, wearing their crimson with white trim and numerals.
The guy that you want to watch out for the University of Alabama Frozen Tide, that's number 12, Brandon Tutt. He has 2 goals and 3 assists already in this hockey game. And another guy, Ryan Johnson, along with Pierre Ouellette, who have a goal apiece.
And of course, our old friend Ouellette is back on defense. Pierre Ouellette, we saw him a couple of years ago. We're going to go down.
Yep, let's go down to Tim Greasy for the introduction of the University of Alabama.
Tutti. Number 14, Andrew Nadeau. And number 98, Mark Demers. The defenders, number 65, Pierre Ouellette. Number 19, Brian Sabold. And the goalie, number 37, Gunnar Nielsen. The Frozen Tide are coached by head coach Kyle Edwards. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears! The starting forward, number 16, Josh Bell. Number 20, Andrew Kovacic. And the starting center, number 10, Alex Turin. The defenders, number 11, Brennan Anderson. And number 18, Chris Brown. Our starting goalie tonight for the Ice Bears, number 29, Bailey Stevens. Joining the Ice Bears on the ice tonight is an 8-year-old third grader from Greenwood Lab School. He's a member of the Ice Parks Junior Bears and SYHA hockey teams. Welcome, Andrew Davis. The Ice Bears are coached by head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Brendan McClue. Our officials for tonight's contest are Craig Smith, Jason Carrera, Dan O'Very, and Mark Marzola. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask you to please stand remove your hats as we celebrate our nation, the United States of America, with the singing of our national anthem. We invite you to join in and sing along as our national anthem is performed by Brett Dudenhoff.
Wow, way to go, Brett Dudenhoff.
Our national anthem. That was done very well.
Very nice indeed. We forgot to go over some managerial changes for the Ice Bears during the pregame, Steve, as we say goodbye to Army Armstrong on the bench.
Yeah, Ryan Armstrong will no longer be on the bench. He is now the general manager. Rhonda Ashlock stepped down to spend a lot more time with her family, and so now it is Ryan Armstrong who will be doing the GM duties, and in order to do that, he has stepped down behind the bench. So, last year's team captain for Missouri State, and now a strength and conditioning major or graduate, I guess, sports science. It's now going to be Brendan McClue, the assistant coach, with Jeremy Law on the bench.
Talking to Army just a little bit before the game, he said it's going to feel very strange tonight, but he does have every confidence in McClue to take his place. I'm Dan Lee. I've got the ice to your left, Steve Casson, the ice to your right, as we get this one underway between Missouri State University and the University of Alabama on websportsradio.com. Our videographer tonight, if you're watching online, is Scott Rice. Let's play hockey.
Alex Turin comes in to take the draw along with Brandon Tutt, and it'll be Alabama with possession of the puck right in front of their own bench. Swept out, but the Ice Bears will have control. The goaltender for the University of Alabama Frozen Tide is Gunnar Nelson, the freshman of the Maple Ridge, British Columbia. As two players collide right out in front, the puck comes right up the middle, and Turin not able to get it. Goes down to Josh Bell, right up the middle and underneath Kovacic's stick. It came right in front of Nelson. Now the Ice Bears surround everybody, and it comes out to center ice as it's poked out, and Bell will regroup for Missouri State. Quickly, a line change for the Frozen Tide. The Ice Bears will have possession. Kovacic will tip it in. It'll go to Bell. Bell behind the net. Swings around, and Ouellette with a big hit behind the net on him. And it will be Alabama with possession. To the point, it's sent in by Heiseroth, a delayed offside. We're underway here, 19:07 remaining in the first period, and it's packed at Mediacom Ice Park. Thanks for tuning in, and on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio.
Dylan Teague will start the first charge for Alabama, but pass is deflected up into the netting on the left-hand side, intended for Jack Rooney. They'll face it off to the right of Bailey Stevens in the Ice Bears zone. Good opening salvo from the Missouri State University Ice Bears here in the first minute and 5 seconds. Teed will go to the face-off circle up against Jordan Bratton, and Bratton wins the draw. The Ice Bears will dig it out of the corner. Here's Heiseroth. He gets pinned along the boards by Teed. Still scrapping for it there. Now a couple more players, one from each side, will join in the fray, but it comes back behind the goal. and it's taken away and sent out by Smith. Not quite far enough, and now they get it.
Ice Bears will have it now with Schumacher, and in just a little bit too soon was O'Brien. And as I mentioned, that I will admit, even though the fans are yelling about it, it wasn't offside. Zane O'Brien, Jordan Bratton, and Brian Schumacher tonight on the line. And as I mentioned, an excuse absence for Travis Barrett. He'll be back in tomorrow's lineup, though.
And Schumacher kind of acted like a defenseman and cut right at the blue line, and his player didn't have time to react to it, went in ahead of him.
Play is in the Alabama zone. The Frozen Tide come right to left with Taylor Bowman sending it all the way in.
Here's Derek Smith sending it around the boards to the near side, held in at the point, sent in on goal, and a glove save by Bailey Stevens. He'll hang on to it there. 18-19 left here in the first period. No score, no shots on goal except for that one right there, if they'll put that on the board, which they should here in a second. We'll face this one off to the right of Bailey Stevens. This time it's Bowman going into the circle, and it is won by Missouri State University as Matt Matty got the better of that, and it's all the way down into the zone. This will be an icing call.
18-11 remaining in the first period. Will our man between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss. Ben, what's it like down there?
It's cold, but this crowd is rocking and the music's rocking, and the Ice Bears and Tide are going at it. So it's hockey time here in Springfield, and it feels real good.
All right, we'll check back with you in a bit.
Ice Bears cannot control the draw. Comes to Alabama. Nice centering pass, but taken away by the Ice Bears.
Here comes Missouri State with Hunter Cooley leading it. Cooley with a drive in and a save by Nielsen. Glove is lost. Not sure who lost that one. Cooley did after the shot, and Cooley will race back. Coming with him was Jacob Now.
And now will get possession in the zone. Tried to center it through. It's swiped away by Matty, but it comes right back into the zone. Alabama will take possession deep in the corner. They'll try to work it back out to the point. It comes to the near half board. Now the puck pokes free, and the Ice Bears get it loose.
Puck comes all the way in with 17:31 remaining in the period. It'll go to the near side. Durkin is there, goes off of his stick, and it's out to center ice. Andrew Durkin, Jr. from Franklin, Massachusetts. Line change for Missouri State. Puck is cleared out. Chris Brown lost the puck momentarily as he tried to intercept it, and it goes deeper into the Missouri State end of the ice.
Alabama settles for a line change, leaves the puck alone. The Ice Bears will take it back.
They'll bring it into the zone. It'll be Nelson to stop it. He'll swing it over to the far side boards. On the line now is Hunter Saunders along with Spencer Sollenbach and Alex Rubin. Sollenbach from St. Louis. The last team he played for was CBC High School back in 15-16. Now he's playing his third now ACHA Division I college game. Alex Rubin has it flip up over him right at the blue line. It'll be taken away by Ouellette with a long drive that sails off the glass in the Missouri State zone.
All the way down into the zone where Spencer Sollenbach will play it out to center ice. The Ice Bears try to break on the left side.
16:32 remaining. Ouellette is there, goes to the far side, now swings around and out to center ice.
It'll be taken back by Smith. Smith turns back and sends one off the boards. It's intercepted. Here's Seibold. Seibold can't hang on to it as he receives a big hit. And it comes in. Smith had it momentarily, sent it to the corner. Here's Josh Bell. Bell working around deep into the corner, sends it to the far half board. Smith with a big check along the boards. They'll fight for it there. Piling up 5-6 players now in on the action, and finally a frozen puck will end things. With 15:57 left in the scoreless first period. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Glad you could join us tonight on websportsradio.com online with Scott Rice doing your videography. And thank you also for all the local folks here in the Springfield area for joining us tonight on KBFL, FM 93.3, AM 1060.
FM 96.9, Dan. 96.9.
Now I was going with what Art Haynes said tonight.
Oh, okay. He would know.
I got to trust the guy, you know.
Yeah.
He's been doing it a while. Anyway, the Alabama Frozen Tide now get the puck forward. A backhanded shovel into the zone. Winds up in the glove.
You know, Dan, even the greats make a mistake once in a while.
Are you talking about Haynes or you?
Well, I'm not sure yet. No, it is 90. It is 96.9.
It is 96.9, huh?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make sure we get that changed then.
15:39 remaining in the period. Face off to the right of Bailey Stevens. Once again, it'll be Alex Turin coming in with Taylor Bowman.
And a one-timer levied from the middle of the slot way up high near the line. Whistles wide. That was Andrew Durkin with the attempt. It comes loose. Alabama on the attack now, takes it down into the near corner. Taylor Bowman can't control it, but he'll go back and fight for it. And got a little piece of it, but it trickles out of the zone, and the Frozen Tide will have to retreat. Alabama gets it up to the red line, and that's as far as they go.
As Briere did. Now we come the other way. Ice Bears with a 3-on-2. Bell with a drive, partially tipped in front. It'll go to the far side. Now to the left dot, to the half wall. Battling forward is Turin. He's working in along with Jeremy Hanna. Puck is taken away by Alabama. As they go for a line change, they bring it into the Missouri State zone.
Taylor Bowman led the attack, dumped it off into the corner, but it got taken away out on the near corner. The Ice Bears have it back. Here's Turin with a nice stick move.
He's going to travel across the line and move it into the corner. Now it's a line change for Missouri State. Jabbed away from Bell. Grabbed by Cersina. That's Joseph Cersina. The Ice Bears steal. But as they were trying to get possession of it, they spun around and let it go.
Well, they had to let it go. They had a delayed offside, so Bell will go to the bench in favor of new skates, and the Ice Bears will have to retreat.
14:22 remaining in the period. Here's Cersina. He'll have it. Leads a 2-on-3 into the zone.
Tries to bank it off the boards to himself. Good job by Turin to head him off the play. Actually, that's not Turin. Oh, yeah, it was. And here's the Ice Bears with a speed rush.
With a partial change, it'll go to Brian Schumacher. He waits. Schumacher feeds O'Brien. He shoots, and a save by Nelson. Kind of at an odd angle. Nelson made it look good. Now the puck gets deflected up and out of play. The face-off will stay in the zone.
Oh, great opportunity there, but the puck took a funny hop. If he could have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier and had a better angle at the far side of the net, he'd have had a better opportunity, but it took a funny hop, and he had to get it under control before he could pull the trigger on it.
13:58 remaining in the period. Face-off with Jacob now coming in for Alabama. For Missouri State, it'll be Jordan Bratton. Bratton tried to win it. He's still looking for the puck, and it's O'Brien with control to the point. Well, it almost got to the point. It was stuck by Schumacher's stick. Still a battle for it along the point, and now it's out to center ice.
Jacob now with some good checking. Actually took on two Ice Bears in that situation and managed to wrestle the puck away from him. But Alabama wants a line change, and the Ice Bears have it.
And they break free. 3-on-2. Drive in. Drive by Anderson. Save. Rebound in front on a backhander. Held on by Nelson. As Schumacher got the secondary rebound, and it was held on to by Gunnar Nelson, the freshman from Maple Ridge. He's only played 20 minutes. In the game that Alabama won against Auburn, each goaltender played 20 minutes, and that's all he's had, but he has looked good here tonight. They have not put that many shots up on board.
No, I think it's actually about 3-1 in favor of the Ice Bears.
I think it's about 7-1 in favor of the Ice Bears, honestly.
Yeah.
Now Tutt and Maddie come in. Maddie for Missouri State. It'll go to the right point, held and shot, but it gets deflected up high, pop fly to second base. It comes right down in front through the slot, and finally Heiseroth will grab it at center ice as it was cleared, but he lost it.
Yeah, he threw a blind pass behind him, and Sam loses the puck. It comes in on the slot, gets knocked away by Smith, and the Ice Bears will come.
They race back 3-on-2. They come down the line. Cooley pushes his way. It goes to the point and out to center ice. Heiseroth will come back, and he'll set things up.
Working defense with Smith. They tip it ahead.
Ice Bears backhanded in. It'll be Nielsen to stop it. It goes to the near side. Fans reaction to a hit at center ice. Heiseroth throws a body around, and it's sent all the way down to the Missouri State zone. No icing.
Derek Smith will get the puck, and look at the pressure from Brandon Tutt for Alabama. And Alabama will come up with a steal, and it comes out to the face-off circle to the left of the goalkeeper, Bailey Stevens. Shot on goal. Blocker save comes to the near side. Alabama on the attack. They get it back to the point. Fanning on the shot from the point is Andrew Durkin, and it comes back the other direction. Actually, that wasn't Durkin out there. That's Kalen Briere, and he'll get an icing call out of the Ice Bears as they take it back away and send it the length of the ice.
Line change will bring it all the way down into the Missouri State zone. Well, Dr. Ben Goss is between the glass, and Ben, what does it look like to you as far as speed down there? It looks like it's a pretty intense game.
It really is. The Ice Bears are definitely taking it to the Crimson Tide fast and furious, but the Tide have been up for the challenge thus far.
I'd say they picked up their pace a little bit here in the last couple of minutes as Alabama loses the draw this time, and here's Rubin for the Ice Bears.
He's going to work along as we see the first time that Rubin's line comes on with, well, second time actually, with Saunders and with Salenbach. Puck is out to center ice, and a lead will go to Jeremy Hanna.
And Hanna tried to drop it back behind, but the Ice Bears are there defensively to take it away. Patrick Johansson will tip it ahead to Ruben.
Ruben will have it as the Ice Bears slowly bring it into the zone, offside. Now we're going to get behind the play. We've got an issue between two players behind the play. And Ben, we're going to throw it down to you. We were not looking at this. I hope you were and caught what happened.
Unfortunately, I was like you guys. I was not looking at that particular piece of the action because I was trying to follow the puck as it careened down the ice, but there was a little bit of scrapping going on, and they've got it separated, and we're going to get back to play here in just a moment.
Well, it's going to be a roughing call. It'll go against Missouri State. Hunter Saunders will go in, so it's the first power play.
And we'll see what Alabama can do with a man advantage.
Well, they're already 25%. They were 1 for 4 against Auburn.
And they win the draw, and they'll go on the attack as they shovel it back behind the goal. Now it comes back to the corner, taken there by Dylan Teed. Teed plays catch with Brandon Tutt. Still has it in the corner. Now they go out to the point. Working toward the top of the slot. A shot is knocked down and comes outside the zone. And stolen by Bell.
Bell's going to race in 1-on-3. Bell with it, and he's trying to get possession of it, shorthanded. Bell will try to waste some time. Still has it at the half boards. Bell is double and triple team. He still has it. He's knocked down. No penalty. Play continues. It'll go to the far side over to Rooney. Now the Ice Bears will retreat as they were able to get a partial line change, and Tutt with it.
Tutt will stand inside the point and wait for his team to set up. A shot on goal, a little wide to the right, goes deep into the corner. Now they try to work it out into the slot. Here's Durkin. Durkin can't do anything with it. Now a one-timer, and Wallette couldn't get it to go as it missed wide. It comes to the near half board, taken away by the Ice Bears, and cleared out of the zone.
It'll be moved all the way down and quickly sent the other way and may catch Missouri State on a line change.
Jeremy Hanna was right there waiting for the quick pass. He dumps it into the zone as Alabama wants some fresh skates out there as well. 46 seconds left in the power play opportunity for Alabama, still scoreless.
All the way down to the Alabama zone. No line changes yet. 10:22 to go in the first period. We are scoreless, and the power play has 35 seconds remaining for Alabama.
Zeke tried to put on a speed rush. He got thwarted at his own blue line as it was taken away there by Matt Matty. And we'll get an offside call.
We do have the offside call.
Fast and furious tonight. This is D1 hockey. 4 officials on the ice, 2 referees, of course, for D1.
Yeah, Craig Smith and Jason Carrera are the referees. Mark Marzola and Dan O'Very are the linesmen.
Face off just outside the Ice Bears zone. And Missouri State wins the draw. Derek Smith tries to turn around and whip it out of there, and he does.
Sends it all the way down where it'll be Nelson to stop it there. We'll set things up with 10 minutes to go in the period. Briere almost lost the puck, but he's able to skate it out and go in front of the Missouri State bench, and the Andes signs and send it all the way down. Ice Bears score 5 goals, and it's $1 Sunday for everyone in attendance with their ticket from Andes.
Alabama, good job to get a line change and still keep it in the Ice Bears zone, so they've got a fresh attack set out there right at the moment, but it's taken away by Turn, and Alex gets it around behind the goal, and both teams back at full strength now as Alabama will settle for possession at the red line. Price has it on the left-hand side. He'll dump it around the boards. It goes all the way to the right point, and it hops over a stick and comes back out, and the Ice Bears have it.
They're going to work a 2-on-3. Schumacher tried to send it over. He does get it over to Bratton as somebody lost the stick for Alabama, so they were short briefly. O'Brien sends it in on goal, and Bratton was there to tip it, but it made it through from the right side. Now again right side, a shot by Johansson is tipped in front. Johansson again, he winds, he shoots, it's tipped by Schumacher, but gloved by Nelson. And now we have pushing and shoving as players gather in on Nelson, and Nelson's not giving up. He's yelling and screaming and saying, hey, they're messing with me, but Nelson wouldn't move the puck, and Missouri State's going to get a penalty. They're going to send O'Brien to the box.
Yeah, and that's going to get some real disagreement from this packed house at Mediacom Ice Park if there's not a red crimson jersey to go with it.
Well, and I'm not sure exactly why
I mean, a punch was thrown from behind. A punch was thrown.
Well, there's the shot initially, and there's kind of the scramble, and really he didn't do much. He came in, but I really don't think he did much to warrant that, unless he said something.
And I can't believe they didn't see the retaliation shot either.
Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. Ben, what do you see out there?
Well, it's always the second punch that gets penalized, but back to the previous penalty kill. Big gold star to Josh Bell for setting the tone and the tempo for the Ice Bears to kill that one off.
Tutt to the face-off circle against Bell, and Tutt wins the draw. They'll get it back to the point. Rooney will have it on left point. He'll feed it down into the wing. Puck comes through the slot. A nice diving stop by Anderson to keep that shot from going in towards Bailey. Rooney again will try to get it down low. Redirect goes back behind the goal. And now they'll fight for it there. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Alabama with control. A shot. Left-handed drive goes wide. Wrap around look, but no, they'll send it back outside. Here's a one-timer from the top of the slot, and Ouellette couldn't make that go. It comes outside the line, and now we're going to have a whistle away from the play.
And we will get another penalty. This one is going to be against Alabama.
And I believe it's a slashing call.
And it is a slashing call. So it's 4-on-4 for 119, and then Missouri State will go on a short power play.
Takes a bit of the pressure off as Jeremy Hanna will sit out for 2. And they'll face off in Alabama's end. But the Crimson Tide win the draw. They'll get the puck out of the zone. And here's a break by Nadeau. And Nadeau can't get around. Now he has to be steered all the way to the half board. And a shot from the left point is wide, goes up.
That should come outside the zone. It hit nobody. It came off of the top of the glass. And I believe that should come outside the zone. And the officials are talking it over, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring it outside.
Yep, they agree.
8:04 remaining in the first period. No score. Power play. Well, there is none. It's a 4-on-4. 148 remaining in the penalty to Jeremy Hanna. 107 remaining in the penalty to Zane O'Brien of Missouri State. And the faceoff does come outside the zone.
And some pushing and shoving and jockeying for position outside the red dot. Ice Bears win this draw, and they'll take it back defensively. Heiseroth will give it to Johansson. He gets headed off the puck at the blue line, and it comes back to Nadeau. Taken away by Johansson. His pass is deflected, and now they'll chase Alabama back into their own end. Briere tries to do something with it, can't get it done. He's working on defense with Nick Price now for Alabama. Finally, they get it ahead to Nadeau, and he'll come in on left wing. Sizes up the shot, takes the shot right into the breadbasket of Bailey Stevens. He couldn't hang on to it, though. The rebound comes out. Here's another blast from Burney, and it comes out to the right-hand side. And it will be taken back there. Nice stick move and a shot, and missing wide to the right that time is Kalen Briere, and now it comes back out to the blue line, and we're going to get a call as a cross-check is going to be levied on Nikita Salnikov. We haven't called his name a lot tonight, and he'll go straight to the bench, the penalty bench, that is.
That's right, so it'll be in power play number 3 for Alabama.
And that one was a little bit too obvious.
Well, he's a guy that we will talk to in the second period intermission. In the first period intermission, it will be his line mate and Hunter Cooley. So usually, when we talk to players on the ice, they score goals.
Yeah,
well, it's working in reverse right now.
Well, the good news is this power play is only going to last about 12 seconds, and then they'll get a break from the next one of about 40 seconds or so. But in the meantime, it's a one-man advantage for Alabama. A lot of free ice out there.
Although Cooley, who we just talked about, brings it into the zone now with 6:57 to go in the period.
Ice Bears get O'Brien back on the ice. He'll go straight to the bench.
So this is their first power play. Missouri State, no, in 32 seconds, they'll be shorthanded. I forgot about that second penalty, Dan.
Oh, Ouellette really gets taken off the puck nicely. Heck of a shot given out there by Chris. That's Brown. Yeah, it was Chris Brown. He's got 18 tonight. That's going to mess me up. It was 8 last weekend. But that was Chris Brown with the hit at the blue line, and the Ice Bears take the puck back. In 10 seconds, they'll be shorthanded.
As they line change, this will be then power play number 4, barring any further penalties. And in 3 seconds, Missouri State will be shorthanded now for 1:07.
As they bring it back into the Alabama Frozen Tide. Now the puck slides out past the blue line. Alabama had not pinched in quite yet, so they'll have to retreat. Here's Briere, met by Bell at the big bear head in the middle of the ice. Now they'll take it on the left-hand side. Tutt finds a place to go and tries to chase it down himself, but can't get there in time, and the Ice Bears clear the zone.
It'll be brought down into the Alabama end of the ice with a small line change for Missouri State. Quickly it goes up to Nick Messina, bounces there, and then is thrown right back into the Missouri State zone.
Ice Bears have possession. Sam Heiserot will send it all the way down on goal.
And with 5:35 to go, the puck is cleared to the corner to Hanna. Now to Messina, out of their own zone, into the Missouri State end.
Good check, poke check that time by Smith, sends it back the other way.
Another line change for Missouri State, 12 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Ice Bears on the penalty kill this season, 90%. They've only allowed 1 out of 10, and so far so good. This is number 4 that they have not allowed. Here's O'Brien with a drive in from the left side, saved by Nelson, or it'll go to the far side.
And the Ice Bears have survived the penalty. It is back to 5-on-5 hockey. Sorry, Steve.
Dan, I thought you told me you're going to have to take a lot for me today. My throat's not doing so well. Obviously, he's doing a good job here.
It's hockey season. I can take it.
That's what it is. Hamlet with it, and I tell you what, as we get a penalty in the corner, we are going to get an interference call, and it will go against Alabama. NATO is going to go, and Missouri State gets finally their first power play of the game. It'll be interference. And Missouri State on the power play this season, well, they're only 1 for 12. So that means they're 8.3%. Not good, but they've only played 2 games. So they do win the draw. They work it to Brennan Anderson. Drive that's blocked and taken away quickly and cleared by Brian Siebold all the way down.
4:37 left here in the first period. Back behind the goal, they'll try to start this power play. Lost the puck out in front and had a hard time getting it back.
Cleared out to center ice, now across the line. Bell left side in front, he shoots, and he just missed it. It may have been poked by Nelson wide of the net. Ice Bears on the power play, no score here, 4:17 to go in the period. In the first, that is. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, and Scott Rice on video on Web Sports Radio's live TV. Puck comes right up the middle on a backhander by O'Brien. It'll go to the corner. Now it's Kovacic, fans yelling, let's go Bears. Turin with a drive, and it goes up over the net. Now it'll be taken by Bell. Over to Brown, near side boards. Now to the right point, to the left side. It'll go to Anderson. Power play has 106. Here's a pass that goes down to Turin in low. Once again to the left side. Anderson to Turin, left dot. Turin shoots, it's blocked in front. And Siebold can't clear it. Ice Bears have it. A drive misses wide by Kovacic, and it's out to center ice on the near side boards and all the way down.
Alabama wastes no time getting fresh skates on the ice defensively. The Ice Bears will do in kind and try to get as many fresh skates out there. 38 seconds left in the power play. Let's re-crank it.
They're going to do it now as they get it across the line to O'Brien. Right side, it's blocked in front. Late change for Missouri State. Johansson comes on, but it's deflected away and flipped up and out and cleared by Nick Price all the way down. 24 seconds to go on the power play. 3:09 remaining in the first period.
Derry Smith will start this one up. Goes to his left side to Schumacher.
With no score, the puck is sent right back into the Missouri State end, and Bailey Stevens will glove it there.
10 seconds left. Time for one more rush if they hurry. And they'll get Bratton to start it out.
With 6 seconds remaining on the power play, Bratton near side. He will come around the right side, gets a shot off. Schumacher out of position, puck taken away. It'll be worked by Hanna out to center ice, and that'll do it for the power play.
And he had a man breaking there, but the puck just a little bit ahead of Andrew Nadeau, and it goes all the way rolling into Bailey Stevens. He'll hang on and stop play with 2:40 left in a scoreless first period. I would not trust the shots on goal on the board tonight. They're only showing 4-3, and I think we've seen quite a few more shots on goal.
Oh, we have seen many more shots, which we'll have to get that adjusted. Meanwhile, a drive in, and right off the draw, Stevens will have to make a save. And he'll do that on the shot by Andrew Durkin.
What are you hearing coming out of that penalty box down there, Ben Goss?
Well, one thing's for sure, these Ice Bears are fired up to play this Alabama team tonight, and they're not backing down in any way, shape, form, or fashion, and the action is hot and heavy down here on the ice.
Alabama has it at the red line, sends it back down deep. Ice Bears, the only ones there to get it, as Alex Turin will go to work. Tries to get it up on the right half board, and they do, but Alabama pinches in nicely, keeps it in the zone. Brennan Anderson will clean up the mess, and he'll come forward.
Across center, and he'll work it in the zone. Anderson waits, tries to step around Saracena. He does, and then holds up and goes right up the middle, but it's intercepted, taken away by Jeremy Hanna.
Hanna's got some room to work on the right side, but he's headed off nicely by Matt Matty. But he gets it back, gets the shot off, and right on to Bailey Stevens. He lost it momentarily, but did a good job to pounce down on top of the rebound and stop play with under 2 minutes left to go here in the first period. Still no score at Mediacom Ice Park. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Our videographer, if you're watching on West Sports Radio tonight, is Scott Rice, and Ben Goss doing the chores behind the glass down there tonight.
He wasn't Dr. when he and I first started doing Wolfpack indoor football. He was just Ben. Now he's Dr. Ben Goss. Dr.
Ben Goss, okay.
That's right.
That sounds like a TV show from the 60s.
Now we're going to get a penalty as the Ice Bears work it in the zone. A delayed call. It comes right up the middle, and Salenbach couldn't get it before it was touched up by Ouellette. And we are going to have a penalty, and if Ruben doesn't back up, we're going to get more. Ruben backed away.
Oh, no,
and we do get more. Demers is going to go. He gets the initial penalty, and he'll get a second penalty. Now, that second one is probably a misconduct. The first one's interference, or do we not get a second one?
I thought there was going to be a second one.
I thought there was too.
Boy, one of the referees looked a little animated to let nothing else happen there.
So it'll be a power play. Mark Demers will go, and the power play for Missouri State. This will be the Ice Bears' second power play, just 2 for Missouri State in this contest.
Sold out crowd at Mediacom Ice Park.
It is rocking and rolling. And off the draw, it'll come with 1:33 to go and no score to the left side from Anderson, now to Brown. They play catch, top of the slot, drive in, save, rebound. And it moves into the corner to Kovacic, to Brown. He'll walk in right side. Now to Kovacic, right dot. Drops it back up to Brown. 140, a drive in. It's blocked as getting it was Bell, and it's held on the line. It'll stay all the way down. Racing is Siebold for Alabama, and he, with authority, is able to clear it.
1:30 left in the penalty, but 1:04 left in the period, so this penalty should carry over just a little bit into the second period as we work under 1 minute left to go in this one. Ice Bears with a big rush.
Here comes Bell, left side that is, as you look at it on Web Sports Radio's live TV. It'll go now on a tic-tac-toe play to Kovacic, working the power play. 1:08 to go on the power play. And a drive in and a save by Nelson as it came from the left side. Bodies hit, Derek Smith. Now Kovacic drive save, rebound, and it's held in by Derek Smith. He came all the way from the red line to come out, and then Smith gets pushed down, and no penalty. Smith got pushed down from behind into the boards, a dangerous play, and there was no penalty by the official.
20 seconds left to go in the period. Ice Bears almost gave that one away. Bratton, a good job to get back for it. Now they'll start the attack.
With 13 seconds to go, and we get an offside.
And I don't know if O'Brien was a step ahead of that play or not.
11.9 seconds to go. Barring any further penalties, Missouri State will start period number 2 with a power play.
We knew we were going to get a good one tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I just didn't know a guy could actually get pushed behind the back and slammed into the boards and no penalty. But off the draw, puck comes in with 10 seconds. Swiped all the way around from Hanna to the right side, now to the left side with 2 seconds to go. Ice Bears have it. Kovacic with a drive at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the period. But Missouri State will have a power play for 23 seconds when we head into the second period.
Good round of applause from these fans who appreciate a good, hard-fought period of hockey. No score.
Well, Dan, I'm looking at the shots, and 6-5 is not the shots. We'll have to talk to the bench and ask them if they know what the official shots are, because at this point,
I think we had 6-5 in the first 5 minutes of that period.
Let's add another 10,
on each side.
so 16 to 15. That would be more
that would
appropriate
be
at this point.
Closer. Ben Goss down on the ice with Jeremy Law. Let's go there.
Coach, great first period in terms of killing off penalties. How do you feel about your defense tonight?
Yeah, we killed them off. That's the important thing. Wish we wouldn't have taken them though. We got to be more disciplined this period. I think we took 3 penalties and 2 of them were bad. So,
Bill, his hair's on fire tonight. How do you feel about him?
Oh, he's been playing awesome. Huge energy guy for us. Works hard at both ends of the ice. So yeah, playing awesome for us tonight.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck in the second period.
Ask Coach if he knows where the official shots are, and you can report to us on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben?
Will do when he comes back out for the second period.
All right, sounds good. As our man between the ice, Ben Goss, doing some yeoman's duty for us. We wouldn't have known that information if it wasn't for him, so I appreciate him joining us with that. But if you talk about momentum, Dan, in this period, I think Missouri State came out flying. Their momentum was right there, and quite frankly, at that point, it could have been a 2, 3, 4 goal game.
Yeah, but Alabama.
Yeah, it changed very quickly, and Alabama turns around. They could have had 2, 3, 4 goals in that first period. So at this point, at 0-0, you'll take it.
Well, we knew that at the pregame that this was going to be intense because the guys usually come out for their warm-up runs up here in the upper deck while we're setting up, and they're usually, jovial and having a joke or two. They were very intense coming into this contest tonight. We knew we were in for a fight.
Definitely in for a fight as you have number 17, Missouri State, against number 22, the Alabama Frozen Tide, based on preseason poll. Of course, what will happen through the whole month of September and October, it will be coaches who vote, and then the computers take over. So very important for teams, obviously, to make sure that they get those kudos points from the coaches before the computer takes over. Well, we'll take a break on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. And when we come back, we'll talk with a man that has played here before. He's come into this arena when he was with the Western States Hockey League, and Hunter Cooley. And we'll do that in just a moment. No score after 1 period of play between Missouri State and Alabama. And it looks like somebody just won something.
Oh, yeah, they hit the shot in that little square.
They did. We'll be back.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
Welcome back to Mediacom Ice Park and KBFL. Steve Cass and Dan Lee along with Hunter Cooley of the Missouri State Ice Bears. And Hunter, of course, played in the WSHL, and you played with El Paso, had 21 goals, 14 assists with them back in 16-17, and then South Shore last season where you had 13 goals and 23 assists. And honestly, right now, you're on one of the best lines I think Missouri State has put together with Matt Matty and Nikita Salnikov. Did you guys click immediately?
Yeah, actually, we didn't have any problem finding chemistry right off the start, and so hopefully we can just keep it going.
Do you intentionally look for some kind of chemistry when you go out with the line for the first time, or do you just say, oh, let's see what happens?
Yeah, you look for it, of course, but it's just, you just go with the flow and hope it works out, and I think we complement each other well, so.
At what point did you know in your mind, hey, these guys, this is going to work?
The first practice. We just started gelling right away, and Nikita right here, he's a good player, and so is Matty, and I think we complement each other well, yeah. Okay,
so what I have to know is, now Nikita's played on an all-Russian line before with the Springfield Express when he played here a couple of seasons ago. So do you guys have maybe a phrase in Russian that, if he says that word, you know where to go?
Yeah, a little bit. I probably shouldn't say it on the air.
No. Don't give away the secrets.
We don't want the phrase, but just the fact that you guys do that, right?
There's some Russian slang. Definitely, we throw that around, and gets Nikita going, I think, and we like it. Gets us lighthearted and having fun. So.
And as the season progresses and you learn more, he's going to teach you more words, and you guys can go ahead and talk without the enemy knowing what you're doing at all, right?
Yep. That's the plan.
Now, pretty soon you're going to know Russian, and then you're going to be speaking in Russian, and everything's going to be hunky-dory after that, right?
Yep, I'm going to be doing these interviews in Russian.
That would be interesting because as much as I've been around, I'll tell you a quick story with the WSHL. So I went to they had a tournament and I went to the tournament, and I was given a game. I want to say it was San Diego versus, maybe it wasn't Tulsa. It might have been, well, let's just say it was San Diego and Tulsa. And San Diego had a whole line of Russian players. So it was towards the end of the game, and they had 5 Russian players on the ice. So I'm trying to say Salnikov and Nikita off and all these offs. The last 5 minutes, they kept those players on the ice for the entire 5 minutes. I'm not kidding you. I got through it, but it was very difficult. So one of these days you might be playing on a bunch of offs. And
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's working out for you guys so far. Have you tried playing with other lines, and has that worked out?
I haven't tried playing with anyone else this year so far, so I guess we found a line that worked, and we're going to stick with it until something goes wrong.
I was going to say that's a good indication the coaches liked what they saw right off the bat if they kept you together just like that.
Yep. So
now, if we look at stats, you with 3 assists, we could argue, well, you're the passer, you're the assist guy. But I don't think that's the case, is it?
Not necessarily, no. I like to score goals as well, so.
And it's going to be nice because anybody can feed the puck at any given time.
Yes. Yeah, our lines, we work very well together. We got a lot of guys that can score goals and put up assists. So.
Well, quite frankly, that's one of the things that impressed us last weekend was the unselfishness that this team is showing right now. You guys are always looking for the open man, even if you've got a good shot yourself. If there's somebody that's got a better one, that puck goes that direction, and we're very impressed with that so far.
Yeah, we're not a selfish team at all. We're just looking to do what's best for the team.
Hunter Cooley joining us, freshman from Imperial, Missouri. And as I mentioned, South Shore, 13 goals, 23 assists last season. You're pretty much a scoring machine, is what the situation is here. But what made you decide Missouri State?
I've had a lot of friends come here. I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I like the new coach and just a lot of the guys that have been here I played with growing up, and I know we get along well, and they told me it was a good place to be, and so far it has been.
And you have seen this rink before. I think when you played with El Paso's come in here a couple of times, so you're not really familiar, but you've been here.
Right, yeah, I've played here before, and talked to Jeremy Law a little bit then, actually, when he was coaching the WSHL.
So he kind of started to recruit you
way back when,
before he kind of even knew that he was going to be head coach of this club.
Yep. He tried to get me on the Express actually before, and I don't know. I waited for the Missouri State route. So
I've heard a lot of people say Jeremy is one of those kind of guys that's actually thinking 2, 3, 4 years down the road. He's going after people very early and has done a great job of it.
Yeah, he's pretty smart when it comes to recruiting. I'll give him that.
Hunter Cooley joining us of the Missouri State Ice Bears.
Yeah, you almost did it, didn't you?
Almost put you on Springfield. But again, on the line with Matt Meddy and Nikita Salnikov. And as far as you're concerned, is this the only line you want to be on?
Yeah, for right now, unless something goes wrong, I think we got a good thing going, and I think no one's going to stop us right now. So.
Well, let's divulge a little bit farther into you. Are you an only child? Do you have brothers, sisters?
I have an older brother. Yeah, he never played hockey, but he loves watching me play, and he's a big influence on me. He always gives me advice to keep working hard and, just keep getting better every day.
What got you into hockey?
I guess I just tried it when I was like 4 years old, and I just loved it and never wanted to do any other sports. I tried a bunch of other sports and nothing I liked even close to this much, so it's just a passion. It's been kept growing. So.
Ever tried life between the pipes?
Oh, never played goalie, no.
No.
Well, people like me who like to be center of attention love to play goaltender.
Yeah.
I like to score goals, and I don't think I would like getting scored on. So
there will be charity games and such. So you'll be going up against this guy. He's going to be staring you down as you're coming in all by yourself. Are you going to take it easy on him?
Yeah, I'll take it easy.
Now look, so last season, let me tell you something. So last season we had our fan appreciation game. I played goalie. The game ended 18-18, and we went to a shootout. I stopped all 3 shootouts attempts. So
he let in 18 during the course of a regular
game. But hey,
game.
we won the game. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Well, hey, B.J. Norman was the other goalie. He gave up 18.
Well, B.J. never played goal when he was in college hockey.
He's been playing for the last couple of years, and honestly, he's a pretty darn good goalie.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right. Well, anyway, so your brother never played.
Yeah.
With not really any kind of family influences, how did you get on the ice? At what age?
I think I was skating when I was 2 years old, and apparently I did well, I guess, and I started learning to play hockey whenever I was 4, and just have never stopped since. Made a lot of friends through it, and a few I played with today here at Missouri State.
Right now, people could confuse you as a basketball player.
Yeah, I'm a tall guy, yeah.
Do people, when you tell them you're a hockey player, do they kind of take a second look and say, no, you're not?
Yeah, sometimes, but a lot of guys in the NHL now are around my height, 6'4", so it's not really questioned anymore.
I think Nikita's getting a little frustrated. He's been wanting to start practice with you here for a little while, and we've got you tied up on the air.
Well,
I think he's got to get going.
He's just going to have to understand that this is the way it happens when you're in the big time.
Yeah, this is how endorsement contracts start. So just hang in there for a couple of more minutes.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
But as far as hockey goes, obviously you'll play here for 4 years. What are your aspirations after that?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'll want to go play overseas somewhere, professional league. I'm not sure. Maybe just get a job. So we'll just see what happens.
Now, Dan, if you're going to see what I'm going to see and notice, and I will talk about the fact that I think you are going to be either in finance or a professor. And the reason I say that is look at that bow tie.
No, I think he's going into political sciences.
I'm a business guy, actually.
Ah, you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, you know, I can tell with that bow. Very few people feel confident enough to wear a bow tie.
Yeah, I like the bow ties. I like to switch it up every once in a while. So
maybe throw a fedora in there one of these days.
Maybe, I don't know.
Hunter Cooley is joining us forward in the spring. I did it again on the Missouri State Ice Bears. I don't know where that's coming from, other than the fact that
you played with them. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, just the whole.
Played on that level.
Yeah, well, and that I guess that's what my next question was going to be. Is obviously you've had a couple of games under your belt. Mm-hmm. As far as ACHA D1 hockey, how different is that from the WSHL and junior hockey?
Well, I'm not sure. Hopefully this weekend we get a little better competition. I'd say it's pretty similar. A lot of the guys here on our team are better than a lot of guys I played with in WSHL. I would compare it to all the top guys in WSHL would be guys on our team.
Most people say it's the speed. The speed is
the speed. It's a little more physical here, and I don't know. I like playing at high level hockey. So. And
the difference with hockey now is you're getting taller, faster, quicker players. It's not that small, short, rough and tumble type game anymore. So you have to be quicker. You have to be able to pass quicker. Is there something that you have as far as a personal goal that you want to get accomplished when you're playing here at college?
Personal goal, probably just stay over or around a point a game. Just make sure my line keeps producing and not getting scored on. But as a team goal, I'd like to win nationals, obviously.
Well, that's, of course, every team's goal. And, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but head coach Jeremy Law has coached now 15 seasons, and every season he's brought a team, no matter what league it is, to postseason play. So that streak is kind of going on, and it's up to you guys to make sure that happens again.
I'm sure we will.
You got teammates over here starting their warm-up. Is that a concern at all to you, or?
Yeah, I should probably get warming up. But
they're all in their warm-ups, and he's still in his nice suit with a suit and tie. So I think we'll probably have to do that. Let you get ready to go, and if you score 5 or 6 goals tonight, we're going to blame it on us, and if you don't, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fair enough. Thanks for having me.
All right, Hunter Cooley joining us. Thanks so much. We'll take a break, and we will be back with more hockey coming up in just a moment on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Evers is trying to make that. Bratton is racing. Bratton has it in front. Shot, score! Patrick Johansson. That is Patrick Johansson's first goal with Missouri State. Puck across the line now as it goes to Bell. He shoots, he scores! Second goal of the game for Josh Bell, his 6th of the season. And Missouri State has tied this game up at 5-5. Left point Anderson calling for it is Brown. Right side, Brown with it. Tipped in front by McClue, just missing. Ice Bears work the power play for 126. Now sending it to Brown, that is from McClue. Tipped in front, score! Brendan McClue gets the goal.
It's time to drop the puck on the second period. Here's Dan Lee.
As we get ready for the second period of action here, 23 seconds on the board. Power play time available to the Missouri State University Ice Bears as we get this one underway. Still no score on the board as these two teams have played a two-fisted knockout of a game so far, and we expect much of the same here in the second period.
Well, Dan, you heard the highlights, and of course, Brendan McClue doing the final scoring there on that highlight package. Well, Brendan McClue, he's no longer going to score for Missouri State. He will be coaching for the Ice Bears. Brendan McClue now behind the bench with Missouri State, along with head coach Jeremy Law, as Ryan Armstrong is no longer assistant coach. Why? He is now the GM of the hockey club. He took those duties today. And Ryan will take over for Rhonda Ashlock as Rhonda is stepping down to be with her family. I know she's had some medical issues and some other things, and she really needs to concentrate on that. So she's here as a fan, that's for sure. But
oh, yeah. And our undying gratitude to everything that Rhonda's done over the years. She's even taken the helmet, the camera a couple of times for us. So.
Has she really?
Yeah, way back when. Or am I thinking of the other Ron? I'm thinking of, sorry.
You're thinking of Ryan's mom, which is Rhonda Armstrong.
Armstrong, yes, I'm sorry. Well, they're both R.A.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Rhonda Armstrong. Excuse me for that one. But everything else that Rhonda has done for us over the years, she will be missed. That is for certain. I've got the ice to your left. I'm Dan Lee. Steve Cass has got the ice to your right to start this second period. Scott Rice, our videographer, if you're watching on websportsradio.com. And we thank you for joining us also here in Springfield on KBFL 96.9 FM and 1060 AM as we start this second period of play.
We're also joined by Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. We'll talk to him coming up. He was able to get me shots in the second period. Kyle Richard faced 12 Ice Bears shots. Bailey Stevens faced 10 Alabama Frozen Tide shots. And now in just a moment we'll have the face-off. Missouri State skating from the right to the left, and Alabama from the left to the right, that is. And off the draw, the Ice Bears, with 23 seconds left in the power play, they're going to work the puck. And they'll come back into their own zone to set it up to Bell.
Bell with a big head of speed across the blue line. Cuts toward the middle, tries to feed it off on the left-hand side, but good defensive collapse, sends it back the other way.
Brennan Anderson will get it out of harm's way to Bell, and they'll set it up one more time. Power play has 2 seconds to go, and it's over. Number 4 is done for Missouri State. Line change for the Ice Bears, short one for the Tide. Here comes Anderson left side across the line into the Tide zone.
Brennan tries a toe drag, doesn't work. He's headed off the puck. Josh Bell will try to chase it down in the far corner and does. Now he tries to scoot a backhander to Turin down low. Knocked aside is Turin, and the puck almost came free once again for him, but it gets taken away from behind and scooted up in front. Shot Bell! Where'd the puck go? It's off the glove and all the way over onto the left-hand side. What a save that time by Nielsen.
It'll come back down to the Missouri State zone with 18:57 to go. Line change for the Ice Bears, and it with a drive on by Nato of Alabama, saved by Stevens as they finish their change. But Missouri State with Andrew Kovacic, he'll one-hand it across the line into the Alabama zone.
Here's Zane O'Brien, tries to tip it forward, and a deflection by Kovacic. Almost found the mark. Good reaction that time from Gunnar Nielsen, the goaltender. And it comes back across the blue line. O'Brien tried to tip it into the zone, couldn't get it done. It comes out to the red line, taken away by Alabama. They'll send it deep.
All the way back down with 18:25 to go in the period. No score here at MediaCom Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee, Dr. Ben Goss, along with Scott Rice and Dory Lemoyne doing the engineering duties back at KBFL, keeping us on the air. Thanks so much. Still in the Missouri State zone. Finally, it's taken away, and Jordan Bratton out of St. Louis will have possession.
And it up to Schumacher, who gets off the left-handed wrister off the shoulder, and a penalty coming up now against Alabama as Missouri State tries to pull the goaltender. They do, but it's touched up. And it'll be another power play opportunity, number 3, I believe,
yep,
for the
Ice Bears.
It is,
number 3. Going into the penalty box for Alabama will be Kaylin Briere. It's interference. So it's 4 penalties, 8 minutes for the Frozen Tide.
This is 17:53 left here in the second period, excuse me. And the Ice Bears will go on the power play as Alex Turn steps in for the face-off against Dylan Teed. And the like 11s do battle for a moment, then it comes out the other direction.
All the way down as it inadvertently got past Chris Brown. Now it'll be Anderson. He's being hounded by Nick Messina. Get rid of it, and Missouri State will set things up out of their own zone with 4 men back, and here comes Kovacic in front of the Missouri State bench, and he'll send it in cross ice.
All the way deep into the corner. Turn will tip it back out to Anderson working the left point. His shot is chipped up in the air. Kovacic tries to put the blade down on the ice, finally gets it back momentarily, and they'll whip it around the boards out to the point and a little bit too far.
Chris Brown not there, able to get the handle on it, so the Ice Bears will work it. That allows Alabama for a quick line change. They get 2 out, and now it'll come back into the Missouri State zone. It's cleared with 1:14 to go. And Dan, it's a packed house, but it seems to get even more crowded now. As the puck is stolen by Nato, it'll go behind the net. That's actually Now. Jacob Now stole that one. Now still working for it, 4 on each side. And it comes out behind the Missouri State bench to Anderson, and he will bring it up to center ice.
And to Bell it goes, and he'll get it through the slot to O'Brien, and a shot, and a good blocker save that time from Gunnar Nielsen. And it comes back out to the blue line. Ice Bears can't hold it in, but Brennan Anderson will have it for Smith on the right side. He'll skate into the zone, gets by 1, gets by 2, goes all the way into the corner, now back behind the goal, still in possession, comes all the way out, feeds it to the top of the slot. Johansson with a blast, and this one off the glove of Nielsen. It comes to the left-hand side, deep into the corner. The Ice Bears get it back. Here's Jordan Bratton. He'll skate up toward the top, now goes right for Johansson. Johansson can't find a way to get around Nick Price, and it comes back to the left half board. Ice Bears will turn it back the other direction there. Back behind the goal it comes. Good defensive work all over by Alabama right now to clog up the lanes. Here's Smith. Here's Johansson with a drive. This one deflected down in front, and that one is going to hurt Thomas Godfrey for a while as the penalty is expired, and Briere comes back on the ice. Ice Bears still have the puck, though, in the zone. We're back at 5-5, and O'Brien can't get it toward the goal. It comes back behind. Bratton is there to take it once again. Ice Bears get a one-man change, try to get somebody fresh out there. Now it comes back outside the zone, chipped up and off the netting. It'll be faced off in the Alabama zone as power play number 3 comes to a fruitless close for the Ice Bears.
15:32 remaining in the period and no score. Dan, one of the things that we have not heard yet is the horn, and I will tell you, if the Ice Bears score, you will not be able to hear anything, and your ears will start hurting. That is a loud
They
horn.
are going to use it again? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They will use it again.
I thought we had exercised that demon last game.
Oh, no.
It's not going to happen.
Not at all.
Joseph Saraceno wins the draw for Alabama, and they'll tip it out of the zone, and they've got some room to work.
Durkin will race on the far side. Durkin with it, comes in front, he shoots, and a save by Stevens. Actually, that was Demers that came in, and Demers makes the shot attempt. Stevens holds it out, the net gets dislodged, and we will have a stoppage in play. Just a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
Face off to the right of Bailey Stevens. And, one of the things that has also happened this season is we've gotten a new sound system, and it's loud just with that. Siebold with a drive from the right side, sails wide in the Missouri State zone. No score, 15-11 to go. Shot deflected. Derek Smith is there for the Ice Bears. Flips it up high, held in, though. Nice play, though, by Ouellette. It comes right through the crease, and through the slot area, it's Smith to corral it at the far side. He lets it go. Lost it to Taylor Bauman out of North Vancouver, BC. Comes right up the middle, and Hunter Cooley is there to tip it ahead, and it's moved out to center. The Ice Bears have a 2-on-2.
Maddie tried to slide it to Solnikov, cutting down the slot, but it was just too far in front of him, and it comes back out to Alabama.
They will have it on the right side. Hannah with it. Hannah shoots, and Stevens in good position. He's able to hold on to it. Now Nikita Solnikov is run into by Jack Rooney. They exchange words. And do we get penalties? We get whistles, but do we get penalties? Apparently not.
We'll be talking with Nikita Solnikov at the second break.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk to him and discuss if they talk in Russian at all.
Out on the ice.
Well, we know somebody who knows Russian, but we'll leave that to the interview. Face off to the right to Stevens. Missouri State skating from the right to the left across your KBFL radio dial. In the right end, it is taken away, and it is now Sallenbach with it for Missouri State.
Sallenbach is driven in the boards and off the puck by William Zeke. He'll take it back for Alabama.
They'll have it across the line to Messina. He's going to drop in low. Messina works the puck, spins around, and still has it on the right side at the half board. Zeke comes in now. William Zeke out of Huntsville, Alabama, the only Alabama product on this roster. It'll be dropped down low to Briere. He avoids a check of Anderson, and the puck is cleared, though.
And this will be an icing. No, it will not. They wave it off.
And so that allows Alabama to make a change. And they quickly get it in front of the Missouri State zone, send it down. This should be icing, though. And it is. Icing with 13:47 to go. And faceoff comes back into the Alabama zone. Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. And Ben, what do the fans think about this game right now?
Well, from what I can tell, Steve, they are jumping along with the music and the horn. And I tell you what, if you guys are caught putting bubble gum inside the horn, you're going to have some splaining to do, as Ricky Ricardo said. And if you do it, I'm going to pull my car up to the loading dock and just blow the thing myself.
Oh, that sounds like a definite threat.
Be prepared, since you're right by the glass, okay?
Yeah, you're going to get the worst of this, buddy. I hope you know that. Alabama wins the draw. They'll try to come up ice, 2-on-2.
They flip it into the zone. It'll be Zeke who will chase his own pass. Johansson's there to push him out of the way. Right up the middle in front, saved! Noah score! It came right up the middle. It was a loose puck, and it comes right in. I believe it's Nato that's going to get the credit for the goal. It's Jacob Now. Now will get the goal. And a bad break, and the first goal of the game goes to Alabama.
And you got to credit Jacob Now for taking his time on that. He really made Bailey Stevens commit one way or the other. He finally got Stevens to go down early and lifted it up and over his leg. And boy, that was a pretty goal. And a good break for Alabama leads to that goal from Jacob Now.
Just a bad break for Stevens. You know, nobody there in front, and it comes right up in front to him. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears have a break. Let's take a listen to this.
Jacob Naw, assisted by number 40, William Zeke for Alabama. Naw from Zeke, time of the goal, 6:26.
And Alabama wants to threaten again as they try to work it out of the zone and do, but it's intercepted at the blue line.
Meanwhile, it's in the Missouri State zone, gets quickly shoved out to center with 12:58 to go, and a 1-0 lead for Alabama. We'll correct the score for you. Not used to putting the visiting team on the scoreboard with the score first.
Yeah. So there it is, 1-0 Alabama as we go back to work with 12:40 left here in the second period. Ice Bears trying to get a little something cooking on the left-hand side as they scrum along the near half board, and it comes away to Alabama. Here's Now again.
Now gets a drive, and it goes over Stevens off of his glove. That is the second point of the season for Now. He has a goal and an assist. Puck is cleared as the Ice Bears will break, but they were in a line change.
Derek Smith will carry in, try to work through some traffic, takes a weak shot that bounces off the side of the net and comes back behind. Alabama has it on the stick, and here they come.
Lead pass comes over to to Nato, who got a shot off that went wide. Ice Bears with Bratton, they have a 2-on-1.
He's got Schumacher on the right, he gets it to him, he lines it up, he shoots, and it's off the glove of Gunnar Nielsen, and it comes back out. Ice Bears will have it at the red line, though, as they have to go back to center ice. Schumacher will start the charge again, comes in, has it chipped off of his stick. It comes out to the point, actually the top of the slot, and a shot there by Chris Brown is deflected into the corner. Alabama gets stacked up there. Ice Bears taken away, and they try to get the puck back to Smith, and it's just a little bit of a hop over his stick into the near half board that keeps that from developing. Now it's taken away by Alabama on a bad pass.
Here comes Demers. He's going to have it right side. He shoots. Blocker saves Stevens. Moves it into the corner. Brown can't tip it. It's at the left dot. Taken away by Demers again. Tipped in front. Save Stevens. Tucked up the shot in front, and Stevens kicked his leg out, his left leg. And now everybody's line changing, but the Anderson will have it for Missouri State. He's going to send it up to center ice.
And the Ice Bears do work it in. They try to feed it down low on the slot, but working defensively and waiting for that one to happen was Jeremy Hanna for the Alabama Tide, and they score. The Ice Bears score. The Ice Bears took it away and got it home. I believe it's going to be Hunter Cooley with the goal. What did you see down there, Ben Goss?
We'll have to take a look at it on replay and see just how that happened, but Missouri State ties it up. And right now, it looks like it may be Matt Matty. We'll see if we can get a look at this one here. Well, that's the tail end of it right there as Anderson got the shot. We'll see if we can back up a little bit on that one. But Missouri State has tied this hockey game up. Let's look at it again here. It's in the corner, and Anderson, it may have been tipped in. It may have been tipped in or just gone off a glove, but it is a 1-1 hockey game, and we'll catch the call from Tim Greasy here in a moment.
A lot of
Ice Bears goal. Ice Bears goal scored by number 11, Brennan Anderson. Assisted by number 90, Nikita Selnikov.
All right, Selnikov gets the assist. We'll be talking to him at the second intermission.
Dan, what's the time of that goal?
That was 10:52 left to go in the period.
Well, let's head on down to Ben Goss. Ben, what did you see from your angle there?
Well, it was indeed hard to tell exactly how that puck found its way home, but one thing's for sure, it was in the corner, and then in the blink of an eye, it was on Gunnar Nielsen's doorstep, and he couldn't handle it, and the Ice Bears even this game up at one apiece.
Well, it's good to know all three of us are semi-blind.
Well, meanwhile, Missouri State is going to go on a 5-minute power play. Nick Price, 5 minutes for slashing, and Missouri State can score at will. They have 4:35 remaining on power play number 4, and they can take the lead. 10:07 to go in the second period, and now with 4.5 minutes remaining. Puck is cleared all the way down into the Missouri State zone, and the Ice Bears are forced to cover up the puck.
So a sudden turn of events after Jacob now finally broke the ice for Alabama to take a 1-0 lead with 12:34 left here in the second period. All of a sudden, things have swung all the way over toward Missouri State University's bench.
Well, so they're going to give the goal to Anderson, and I know he took the shot, but I really...
Yeah, I thought it was deflected, but I thought it was Cooley. Apparently not. Apparently it found its own way in. So Brennan Anderson with the equalizer, and now a golden opportunity, the Ice Bears, for the next 4:22.
So the Ice Bears.
By the way, the penalty coming at 10:37 left to go in the second period. And the Ice Bears win the draw on their own end. Anderson has it on the stick. Gives it back to Bell, and the Ice Bears will have to go the length of the ice to set this up. Here's Anderson. Brown, and he'll get it to the red line. Has it poked off of his stick. Ice Bears give it up. Here's Alabama with the puck.
They'll bring it into the zone. Anderson is there. He works around the Chekhov now. It'll be taken into the corner and slapped just enough to be harmful, and Kovacic will return it and bring it into the Alabama line.
Kobe tried to cut toward the middle. It was deflected. Rebound is right out front, and Nielsen didn't know where it was, and it was swept out of the crease by Brian Siebold, or it'd be 2-1 right now. Nielsen made the stop, but had no clue where that puck was, and Siebold had to come up big for Alabama. Still 3.5 minutes left in a 5-minute major penalty for the Ice Bears. A 1-1 hockey game. Here's Anderson. Shoots. This one goes up off the blocker. Probably would have missed the net anyway. Down low it comes, right on the doorstep, and this time Gunnar Nielsen has a handle on it. Oh man, was that a big play by Siebold. Brian Siebold for Alabama really saved the day on that one as the puck was spinning toward the red line behind the goaltender, Gunnar Nielsen.
Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. Ben?
Well, Gunnar Nielsen is the luckiest man in Springfield right now because that puck got behind him. He did not know, as you said, where it was, but it was about 6 inches from his backside sitting on the doorstep, and the Ice Bears couldn't quite find it and cash it in time.
Alabama gets a hold of the faceoff and wings it out of the zone.
Cleared all the way down with 8:44 remaining in the period. Stevens, and I want to go back to Stevens' save, and it wasn't for Stevens coming up, Johnny on the spot, or we'll call it Stevens on the spot. Missouri State could be trailing this hockey game. We'll get to that here in a moment, but we can now.
Yep.
But this is really one of the big saves that Stevens had to make earlier as the play came right up the middle. The first shot comes right through the crease, and he is able to come up with a big save. Otherwise, Missouri State would be trailing this hockey game. But remember, 2:52 remaining in the major penalty that was just assessed after the goal to Nick Price, and the Ice Bears have a situation they can score as many times as they want.
Ice Bears win the draw in the Alabama zone. Here's a one-timer from the point, saved off the pad of Nielsen, the left pad, and it comes back outside the zone. Derek Smith will skate backwards with the puck in his own zone. Now feeds it up on the wing. Bratton, nice tip pass ahead to Schumacher. He'll carry all the way to the corner. 2.5 left in the 5-minute major. Jordan Bratton on the right wing. We'll see what he can set up here. Schumacher outside. One-timer and a broken stick for Derek Smith in Alabama.
They come in as Messina comes in, and Smith with a good hip check to take him out of the way.
Without a stick in his hand. Here's Johansson carrying into the zone. He'll drop it off on the point. They're working on the other side. Shot, and this one up high and wide, comes all the way to the curtain, and it comes back outside to the red line. Ice Bears will take it back. Here's Patrick Johansson. He'll spin back around.
Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. Ben?
That stick went all the way up to the roof of Mediacom Ice Park.
Here's Schumacher to O'Brien. He'll carry in. 1:44 left in the penalty. Ice Bears unable to penetrate. Another one-timer from up at the top of the slot, and Heiserow can't get it to go through traffic.
Well, he couldn't because it was blocked by Thomas Godfrey, and he's hurt. He still stays in the play, though, and the puck is at center and sent back to the Alabama line. Right back for Missouri State out of their own zone. Salnikoff let it go. Heiserow will send it in.
Ice Bears kind of fumbling with it right now. A minute 19, and we're going to get another penalty.
No, just an icing.
Oh, just an icing call. Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 officials on here, and you see an arm up, and you wonder.
Yeah.
But no, that's just the icing call.
I really didn't think that was an icing. That's why I didn't suspect. So we're going to come all the way back down to the Ice Bears zone with 1:19 left in the penalty.
Face-off comes back into the Missouri State zone with 6:56 to go in the second period. And a 1-1 game. Goals back at 6:26 of the second, now with his first, and then at 10:52, Anderson with his first for Missouri State.
Ice Bears will have Salnikov do the chores as he brings it up and dumps it into the zone, and his speed will carry through to the corner, and he'll get it right back from himself. Now he comes on the near half board. Shot comes in from a sharp angle. It's deflected up and out of play. And we'll restart this with 58 seconds left in the power play. Well, they've updated their shots on goal. I think they finally got them corrected a little bit.
I think they have. So shots of 20-14 in favor of Missouri State at this point. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Dr. Ben Goss between the ice, and Scott Reich, videographer on Web Sports Radio's live TV. Thanks for tuning in also on KBFL.
Here's Anderson at the point. Feeds on the right side. Bell takes the shot. Good pad save there. Rebound came right to Kovacic, but he had no angle at it as Wallette stepped in his way. Now it comes back outside. Bell will try it again. Now it feeds down low to Kovacic, and Covey sends it right back to the top of the slot. Anderson works to his left, puts the shot goalward, and it's tipped away by Alabama and comes all the way out.
Stevens will wait for the Ice Bears to finish a line change, but they don't. So Missouri State will set it up in their own zone. That gave the Frozen Tide the ability to change players. Now out of their own zone comes Turin. He'll work with Kovacic and come across the line.
Alex had it bound off of a defender's ankle and right back to him, so he'll send it back down deep. Ice Bears with 12 seconds left on this 5-minute power play. Out front it comes, a shot saved, rebound. Turin gets another whack at it, can't make it happen. 4 seconds, here's Anderson, and this one a stick save high into the air. Kovacic has it, penalty has expired. Ice Bears still have the puck. Here's Josh Bell to Kovacic. He bounces it away and it comes to Alabama.
Nelson came up big there. Missouri State could have taken the lead. It's a delayed offside as the puck comes all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Line change for Alabama. Ice Bears lose the puck, and Bell is able to sweep it away, and Brown will clear it all the way down. Icing will be the call.
Yeah, just this side of the red line, so we'll bring it back to the Ice Bears zone. 5:14 left in a 1-1 tie here in the second period. And you were right earlier when you said you thought the fans were still coming in, because I saw a couple of fresh tickets out there at intermission trying to make their way in the door, and a couple that didn't have tickets seeing if it was okay to come in. Well, no, you better have a ticket for this one, because we're 4 and 5 deep on the lower rink right now.
5 and 6 if that. You know, if you thought the Mizzou games were bad, look at these games. It's the opening night of the season on D1 play, that is. Now, meanwhile, there's a bottleneck behind the Missouri State net. 5 minutes to go in the second in a 1-1 game. Power play has expired. We're 5 on 5. It will go with a drive missing by Saracena to the far side. Alabama with control, but it's now Brown to step in. He gets it out to center ice. A bouncing puck goes to Bell, and it is 2 on 4. So Bell does the right thing and bounces it into the zone.
Yeah, took the high road on that one, just flipped it up in the air, let his Ice Bears get a nice change, and they get the puck, and Bell snuck his way back through traffic to take the shot. Good stop by Gunnar Nielsen in the midsection, and now a pileup right in front of him. Little pushing and shoving, no harm, no foul. 4:33 left, second period. I'm Van Lee. I've got the ice on your left. Steve Casson calling the shots on your right. Scott Rice, our videographer, if you're watching on websportsradio.com. And thank you for joining with us tonight, Dr. Ben Goss, between the glass.
Also want to thank Dan Dow for keeping us up to date. Indiana and Maryville tied at 1 at the start of the second, and also Davenport 2, Illinois State 2 late in the second period.
Ice Bears have to go all the way back. They lose it in their own zone.
Who said we're not a full-service broadcast crew?
No kidding.
Puck comes in, and Stevens will hold on to that with 4:17 to go in the period. And the face-off with, as I mentioned, 4:17 remaining. In a 1-1 hockey game, we'll bring it all the way out to the face-off dot to the right of Stevens, and off the draw. Drive just misses wide by Andrew Nato. It'll go to the far side at top of the right circle, and now out to center ice, and the Ice Bears will race. Well, they tried to get an advantage there, but it's swept away and cleared all the way down into the Missouri State into the ice for an icing call.
I don't know about that one. I thought we did that, actually. I really thought it was a Missouri State player that shoveled it backwards. But we're going to get the break, apparently. 4:01 left here in the second period, knotted up at 1 apiece.
Well, Dan just got a text from Rhonda Armstrong. She says Ben has a great radio voice. I guess we're fired.
Yeah, we're done. Now he doesn't want to talk.
Well, I didn't pipe him up yet. So 3:55 remaining in the period. In front of the Missouri State bench, here comes O'Brien.
And O'Brien has it. Tried to get it back to Bratton, who fed him originally, but a good stop there as the pass was a little bit too close to the goaltender. And the Ice Bears lose the opportunity, and they'll have to chase the puck back with warning.
3:38 and a 1-1 tie. Alabama caught in a line change. Here comes Carson Warnig.
He'll get the shot off through the legs of the defender, and it's off the pad of Gunnar Nielsen. Ice Bears have it. Center out in front. Good defensive play by Alabama kept that one from happening. Here's a blast from the right wing. This one goes a little wide, and Carson Warnig will have to chase this one.
Line change finally for Missouri State. They need to get tired players off the ice. Now with 3:12 to go. Puck is banked off the boards and cleared out to center. Here's O'Brien.
And he'll give to Bratton. Back to O'Brien. They play catch. O'Brien gives it to Bratton for one last snap of the wrist, and a good save by Gunnar Nielsen. Can't say enough about the goal work of Gunnar Nielsen down there, Dr. Ben Goss.
You're exactly right. He has had his work cut out for him here in this second period. The Ice Bears have been able to send a barrage of shots his way, but except for that one slip-up, he has been steady and strong for the Frozen Tide here with 3:02 left in the second period.
Boy, Ron is right. He does have a marvelous radio voice, doesn't he?
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, out in front, the puck slides free and right in front of the goaltender. And Nielsen has a hold of that one to stop play with 2:57 left here in the second period.
Well, I just got a text from Rhonda. She says, come on, you know I love you both and Dan and you. Ben's just a good addition.
Too late, Rhonda. Face off to the right of Nielsen. And a quick shot off of the post, and it comes in harmlessly.
You know this is not about her, it's about me, right?
Alabama with the puck. They slide it forward. They've got a break.
They're going to break a 2-on-1. Godfrey to now score! It's 2-0. Excuse me, it's 2-1.
Wow, that was just good passing and a good shot.
What I meant to say was it's now second goal. Between the glass with Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, the Frozen Tide kept the tempo up, and they got down the ice well ahead of the Ice Bears that time, and they were able to find the 5-hole and go back in front of this game 2-1. But this one's not over yet. There's still a lot of scrapping left to be done, but the Ice Bears definitely got caught a little bit winded that time, and the Frozen Tide able to take full advantage of it as they double up now 2-1 here with 2:41 left in the second period.
I think he's getting cocky now. He sounds good.
Yeah. There's Turin going up at the center circle.
Alabama goal scored by number 77, Jacob Naw, assisted by 97, Thomas Godfrey, and 19, Brian Sebold.
97 and 19 your assists, and the Ice Bears get the puck back.
From Godfrey and Sebold. Time of the goal, 17-19.
And out from front, the Ice Bears with an opportunity, but can't make it happen as the pass is deflected up and toward the corner. Taken back by Kovacic, and Andrew gets it over on the right-hand wing to Smith. He shovels it into the corner. Back out front, Bell's shot is deflected off a defenseman, and Turin will have to recover down low. Puck is scraped toward the corner, and out to the point it comes, and away. Heiserot will chase it down just outside the blue line, wings it all the way around the boards to Zane O'Brien. He had it momentarily, and now it comes back out to the point. Smith gets ridden off the puck. Nice hip check delivered along the boards there as Alabama will take it back. Can't do much with it, but they finally get it out to center ice.
It'll be cleared back out of the Missouri State end of the ice, where quickly Heiserot will, well, I said quickly, he was too quick for himself. By the time he gathered the puck up, it was Alabama to complete their change. So now it'll be Derek Smith with a fresh new stick on the ice, and he'll bring it ahead to O'Brien, who sends it to Bratton, and they'll set it up.
Bratton dashes all the way over to the right-hand side, takes it in from there, flips the puck backhanded into the corner, and then runs it down himself. All the way back to the near side. Bratton leaves it for Warning. He'll tip it forward into the wing to Schumacher. He can't do anything with it. Bryan will let it go back behind the goal. Now he scrambles for it, tries a wraparound, and a good job by Gunnar Nielsen to seal off that post on his left-hand side. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down by the defense. Alabama doing a great job of helping their goaltender as Alabama now on the move and offside.
Once again, that goal by Alabama, just a nice play by Nah, and you know, he kind of shot that on his off foot. He was able to shovel the pass ahead, and Stevens, who was looking for the initial shot to be taken by Gottfried, and it didn't happen. It was a pass, and he was just not there and ready and set for that puck, and I wish, or he wishes, that is, that he had that back. With 42 seconds right off the face-off, and play continues, it's sent all the way down into the Missouri State zone, where it'll be Carson Warnick. He will get it to the point, still held in, drop down in low, and now it will be Johansson. Now with 27 seconds. Ice Bears with some good forechecking pressure by Alabama. They're just about to seal the puck, but it comes out to center with 19 seconds. 2-1 in favor of Alabama. Both goals by the St. Charles product and Jacob now, and Anderson for Missouri State with the only goal for the Ice Bears.
15 seconds left in the period, and the Ice Bears are going to have a chance for a face-off in the zone to the left of Gunnar Nielsen. 28-15, the shots on goal showing on the scoreboard. We don't know exactly how accurate that is, but that's in favor of the Ice Bears.
We came in 12-10 in favor of Missouri State, and I would think that they have to have more shots than that, does Alabama.
Ice Bears fumble with it. They have it off the faceoff, but can't control, and it's tipped out of the zone with 5 seconds to go. And that looks like it's about to do it for the period. I was going to say there might have been an opportunity there as it was mishandled, but Nicholas Messina could not get to it at the Ice Bears zone, and the period comes to a close. 2-1, Alabama. The Frozen Tide have taken command with one more period to go.
Yeah, we started this period 0-0, but the first goal of this period at 6:26, it was Now's goal as it came right out in front. Stevens did everything he could, but he just could not stop the puck, and Alabama took the lead. Then it was a big save by Stevens as he got his left leg pad down, and that made it still a 1-0 game. But then it was Anderson who came back for the Ice Bears at 10:52, his first of the season. The assist to Salnikov as Anderson was able to, I guess, pop it over everybody and into the net, and the Ice Bears are celebrating. It's now a 1-1 hockey game. But then at 17:19, his second of the game, now with the assist to Gottfried on the give and go. And right now, that's where we stand, a 2-1 lead for Alabama as we get ready to start the second period. Let's head on down to Dr. Ben Goss with Jeremy Law.
Coach Law, the action was hot and heavy and fast and furious in the second period. Your reaction to the events in this particular stanza of play?
Yeah, we just got to get more shots on net. I think they outworked us that period, which was a huge reason they took the lead on us. So a couple mistakes it cost us a couple goals. So we just got to keep pushing. Their goaltender is playing fantastic, and we need traffic in front of them.
Thank you, sir.
As you heard from head coach Jeremy Law, that traffic has to come from somewhere, and Missouri State, who is very good at getting players in front of the net, we'll see if they can do that. And I know we didn't have much time, but what I wanted to ask him was, it seems like traditionally Missouri State has always had trouble in the second period. And lately it's been, well, last season it was the first period. They just couldn't, quote, wake up. And then the second and third, they were great. But traditionally for a while there, it's been that second period. And it looks like this season that might be the same thing. Again, too early to tell. But you're only down 2-1. And things are a little bit different because now you understand that Alabama is not, and this is, of course, not to say anything derogatory against Maryville. They're a brand new Division II team, but Alabama's not them. Now it's time to start playing like you can and realize that even though there was a lot of hard hitting, this is a different scenario now, and I'm sure the Ice Bears know that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's difficult to transition a little bit, you know?
Yep. And I think the extra voices from the crowd are going to make a difference in this third period too. We heard a lot of that chanting going on early on when it was time for the Ice Bears to try to come back and tie this thing, and they got a little bit more energy out of the audience right before that happened. And I think they need to maintain that kind of energy. These Ice Bears feed off this crowd, and if the crowd is nervous or not making a lot of noise, I think it kind of has an effect on the players as well. So we've got to find a way to get this crowd back into this game as well.
Well, I'm sure if head coach Jeremy Law has anything to do with it, he will get those guys to come out for the third period.
Close to 1,000. We only say close to 1,000 because as far as the fire chief is concerned.
Well, we can fit 1,100. So.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to leave it at close to 1,000. I really think it's a lot closer to the limit than that, but it is wall to wall in here today.
Make it sound good. It's at least 1,100.
Okay, we'll go with 1,100 if you want to.
We can. All right, we will take a break. Get you caught up on shots, though. Shots end up 28-15, so in the second period, 16 on goaltender Gunnar Nelson for a two-period total of 28, and Bailey Stevens, according to them, saw 5 for a two-period total of 15. Power plays, Missouri State is 0 for 4, and so are the Frozen Tide. They are 0 for 4. We'll take a break. When we come back, talk to a man that hails from Penza, Russia. That's Nikita Salnikov, the freshman. Used to play with the Springfield Express, and I'll tell you that many times during the interview that he used to play with the Springfield Express.
Oh, yeah, we do mention that a couple of times.
We'll take a break and be back on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. It's 2-1 Alabama after 2 periods of play.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We're back on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. Steve Cass and Dan Lee talking now with Nikita Salnikov. That's your buddy, Sokov.
Yeah, from last year.
Nikita Salnikov, sorry about that. Of course, from Penza, Russia. Played for the Springfield Express in 16-17, 31 goals, 24 assists. That was the time when you were on an all-Russian line. You played with Nikita Salnikov, or Sokov also, but now you're playing on a line with Matt Matty and Hunter Cooley. Do you like playing on that line?
I love playing on this line. These two guys, they're just so talented and they pass the puck all the time. I'm just loves my line right now.
Now, you, of course, had to sit out a year. You had a arm injury, broken, I think.
Yeah, just like in my shoulder.
But are you 100%? You feel better?
Yeah, I feel 100% healthy and ready to go.
Now, one of the things I noticed on the ice is you're one of those guys that the second you get the puck, you just go. There's no waiting. You know, if somebody is trying to skate, you know, neck and neck with you, the second you get the puck, you're gone. Have you always played hockey that way?
Yeah, I try to play like a playmaker, you know, try shoot the puck on the net a lot and try like make a play for my teammates. But yeah, it was usually my style.
One of the things Hunter told us in an earlier interview was that it didn't take you guys but that long to click together. And in fact, the coaches didn't even bother to try you with any other lines, or at least they didn't try to Hunter with any other lines. He liked what he saw the minute you three got on the ice together. Did you feel that connection yourself?
Yeah, I feel like a good chemistry with my line, and we started playing like 2 weeks ago together, and you know, everything is great. We have like good chemistry, and I think coach saw it, and that's why we're still playing together.
So you, of course, have played for head coach Jeremy Law before when you played with the Springfield Express. Did he always have you on your radar and want you to play for when he became coach of Missouri State? Or did he have to convince you to play?
What do you mean by convince you?
He had to sweeten the pot. He had to tell you all these great things, how great Missouri State was, to get you to come over here and play.
No, yeah, last year, like you said, I missed a year, but I always was in Springfield, and I watch every game Missouri State, and I was thinking it's a really good team, so I decided to go to here and play for Jeremy Law. I'm just like a team and school, that's why I decided to go and play.
I have to ask, are we being picked up in Russia right now? Are your parents listening to you when you play here?
They watch a game all the time, but I don't think they're listening right now.
Well, when the game's on, do they tune in?
Yeah, they watch every game.
So tell them you'll be on tonight. That they'll have to listen in.
You'll be on the second intermission. You can tell them to be listening at the second intermission.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But what time of night is it going to be there?
Right now it's around like 2 a.m.
So it'll be maybe 6 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning when they'll be watching?
I think it's going to be 4 a.m.
Okay.
Do they get up that early just to watch you play hockey?
Yeah, so it's giving me like a lot of motivation to play.
That's dedicated.
To play well, yeah.
Who got you started in hockey? Was it your folks?
Yeah, it was my father's choice because I started playing when I was 4. I was too young to decide, you know, what I want to do, so my father decided for me. And, you know, I like his decision, so I'm enjoying playing right now.
Now, hockey is kind of when I say the only sport, isn't it really the only sport that's always played there in Russia? Or do you have other sports?
I would say it's one of the most popular sports. We have a soccer. It's pretty popular too, but hockey and soccer, they kind of equal. It's two sports which is really popular in Russia.
You know, Russia's had their share of very famous hockey players. One in particular is now the leader of your country, a guy named Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Have you ever fantasized about getting on the ice with Vladimir Putin and playing a little hockey?
I mean, it's hard to play against this guy. You know, you can't really take a puck. from him. So.
Yeah, you got to make sure he scores and he wins, and you don't. No, but
exactly.
Now, one thing I do want to talk about, because it's something that I was introduced, and this is when you had I think you had the same billet, Mom. I'm not sure, but Bellini.
Bellini?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't my billet, Mom.
Okay, but that is something in Russia, right? Have you? It's that little thin pancake.
Oh, Bellini. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's Russian food, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you really pronounce it?
Blini.
See, there you go.
Blini. Okay, so well,
close. Yeah.
That's the American version of it.
No, that's the Steve Casson version.
No, hey, that's the way I was told it was pronounced. But anyway,
don't feel bad. I can barely count to 4 in Russian. That's as good as I can do right there.
What is 4 in Russian?
Четыре is 4.
Четыре is 4. Yeah.
Wow, he actually knows it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't lie about something like that.
Well, you lie about everything else.
Well, yeah, but
but anyway, but no, your counterpart Nikita Sokov introduced me into that, and I've really taken a liking to it. And but what are some dishes that maybe you miss in Russia?
Dishes like a food?
Like food, yeah.
That you can't have here.
Soup. I think soup is what I miss most, because you guys don't eat a lot of soups in America.
No, we don't. You're right.
In Russia, we eat soups all the time. It's like our lunch. So it's usually like first thing what we eat on the lunch. Besides that, I miss my blini. Yeah, blini. Which my mom make it all the time for me. So
can you make it?
Not really.
No?
I'm kind of bad cooker, but you know. Still working on that.
How often do you get to go home? Do you know?
Usually once a year.
That's good.
Sometimes I have a chance to go back home on the Christmas, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Does your family miss you?
Yeah, we call each other every day.
So who do you want to give a shout out to? Who would you like to say hello to tonight?
To my mom and dad. Can I say it in Russia?
Sure.
Sure, you go ahead.
Мам, пап, ну наконец-то меня теперь берут интервью, теперь я наконец-то стал знаменитым. Смотрите игру, наслаждайтесь. Thank you.
I'm not sure what it said, but it sounded beautiful.
Let's hope it's acceptable for radio play. Now, what did you say?
I said I'm really excited you guys watching me right now and give me a lot of motivation. Enjoy the game.
Man, I'm going to cry. I think I'm going to cry.
There you go.
That is so cool.
So 1 goal and 1 assist. How did it feel when you got your first goal?
So excited, because last time I was playing official game was 2 years ago. It's been a while since I play, and I was super excited. You probably can see I celebrate pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
I was super excited about my first goal.
Take us through that. It was kind of a shot from the top of the circle and made its way through.
Yeah, Matt Maddy just give me a puck and I shoot, and it's went in, and that's pretty much it.
So we have a saying in the United States, it's called getting the monkey off your back. So do you feel like there's no more pressure, like everything's better now?
I mean, yeah, kinda, since I scored my first goal, because sometimes it takes a while to score a first goal. But now things feels a lot easier,
Now, you guys are officially listed as the 3rd line right now.
Yeah.
Do you have any aspirations of seeing that entire line kind of get bumped up a little bit more playing time?
No, I feel everyone's play equal time, but
yeah, there's 6 guys that you're going to have to convince that are not as good. And any line, you're talking about Josh Bell, Alex Turin, and Andrew Kovacic. We'll call it the number 1 line. I know that you guys have colors for it, and you don't really call it 1, 2, or 3. And then what I call the B line, Zane O'Brien, Jordan Bratton, and Travis Barrett. But, you look at those guys, and really, like you say, any line can produce. One game, it was the B line. The next game, it was your line. It doesn't matter who it is. Somebody can produce.
The fourth line gets out there and does their job.
I think 4th line got most full goals last time.
Yeah.
Scored a lot of goals. So
it's got to be a great feeling to have that kind of depth.
Definitely, yeah. It's make us great team.
Well, now we talked to Hunter Cooley in the first period, and I asked him, is there any kind of special words that maybe you guys say in Russian that might mean, hey, I'm over here? You don't have to tell us what it is, but I'm sure that you guys have put together some kind of phrase or something that if you say that word, he knows that you're going to be a certain place, right?
I just try to scream, loud, and and I hope he recognizes my voice all the time. So that's all strategy. We just scream and
just get to know each other's voice.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
the key.
I have to know this. So do you skate by like a guy and maybe say something in Russia? It might be something as innocent as, man, you really can't skate that well.
Yeah.
But do you kind of look at him and say that and make him freak out thinking, what did he just say to me?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, I do this, but not really often.
Just when a guy bothers you, or just
especially when the guy's bothering me, I might say to him something on
Well,
Russian.
we are so happy to see you out on that ice this year, and your speed and your ability to find your niche on this team is greatly appreciated. We're looking forward to a great year from you this year.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, Nikita Salnikov joining us, and I got it right for finally the first time of this interview. But Nikita, thanks so much, and I always wish everybody more goals, so more goals to you, okay?
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a break and be back.
We can count it down from 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. We'll be back. Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Back at Mediacom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Dr. Ben Goss between the glass, and Scott Rice doing camera work for us on Web Sports Radio's live TV. And one thing that I heard was that the locker room was completely closed. Head coach Jeremy Law kind of let them simmer for a little bit. And if he's listening, Dr. Ben Goss down at the glass, Ben, do you concur?
Well, I'm quite sure that Coach Law has many tricks up his sleeve, and that may be indeed the card that he played in terms of trying to get his Ice Bears motivated for this third and final period, trailing a very good Alabama Frozen Tide team 2-1. And in about a minute and 15 seconds, we're about to drop the puck again here for the final stanza of this one and see who comes home a winner.
Now, Ben, when you and I were doing the Wolfpack, the Springfield Wolfpack football, you came up with your things brought to you by specific letters. So I'm going to throw you on the spot here. Do you have specific letters that you think the Ice Bears have to do in the third period?
Well, Steve, I'm not really that smart, so it takes me time and effort and energy to prep something that's a masterpiece like that. But right off the cuff, one thing that the Ice Bears are going to have to do that they did not do in the second period, and that is cash in on the chances that they've had. I mean, when you look at the scoreboard, and it's 2 for Alabama on 15 shots and 1 for Missouri on 28 shots, that has to change, and that has to change in a hurry.
Well, I'll stick with that C theme then. If they have to cash in, they also have to have the confidence that they know that they can play this third period as well as they need to play to come out on top.
I would agree with that, and there's no reason in the world why they shouldn't have that, because they've been able to skate toe-to-toe, or skate-to-skate, rather, with this Alabama Crimson Tide team. And Miss Rhonda Armstrong, if you're listening, not only do I have a voice for radio, I have a voice for radio, too.
You cut out there. What did you say?
You kind of
Not
broke
only
up.
do I have a voice for radio, I have a face for radio, too.
A face for radio.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Okay, all right. I thought he said something. We're just kidding, Ben. No, thanks. It's great to have you, obviously. And, you know, to stick with the C theme, I'll say one more thing, and that is create opportunities. I think that's one of the biggest things the Ice Bears have to do.
Well, and I'll add one more thing to the conversation. There's so many times in the game of hockey when you get two very close teams and you get a good battle like this one going, so many times It comes down to a bounce of a puck here and there and a little bit of luck one way or the other. I really think Alabama's had their share of luck in this game. I think it's time for the Ice Bears to get lucky once or twice. There's been a couple of pucks sitting on that doorstep unnoticed by the goaltender, and we just can't seem to find a way to get it in there.
Well, now, if you're a Frozen Tide fan, you're going to disagree then.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to hope that it continues right now. And speaking of now, he's the only person that scored for Alabama, and that is Jacob now from St. Charles, the freshman, and he has the only 2 goals. Missouri State's goal is by Brennan Anderson. We'll see what happens as we drop the puck for the third period. Missouri State skating from the left to the right and from the right to the left. It will be the Alabama Frozen Tide. Alex Turin comes in to take the draw. He'll do it from Dylan Teed. And Teed has been kind of silent in this game. I mentioned it in the opening. Teed has 6 goals, I believe, and 4 assists. 2 assists, actually, in the last 2, actually the last 2 series, the last 4 games that they played, and he's been relatively quiet.
Ice Bears almost lost it in their own end. Good back checking that time by Alabama, but it comes away. This is going to be waved off as far as icing goes. Alabama with the puck.
They'll have it out of their own zone, but the Ice Bears hold it in. Chris Brown sends it to Andrew Kovacic, cross ice to Bell. He shoots and he missed high and wide. Kovacic off the side at an odd angle along the goal line, and the goaltender, Nielsen, had to come back and make the save along the goal line. Here's Anderson. He shoots. It's blocked, and Anderson's going to have to chase. Luckily for him, it was Zeke that was going to the bench after that shot hit him in the knee.
Anderson gets hounded in his own end and finally comes away with the puck, gets it on the left-hand side. Ice Bears will try to break out. Another near steal as Bratton gets hassled from behind, but comes away with it.
He'll have it on the left side coming down the line. Bratton threw a couple of sticks. He'll look for some help. Tried to feed it down to O'Brien, but instead he'll spin with 18:45 to go in the period. Chipped away from him. Johnson is able to hold on to it, and it'll be the Frozen Tide out of their own zone.
Briere skates in, tries to go through traffic, bounces off of Schumacher's intended check and comes up the other side. The Ice Bears have it.
O'Brien left side, nobody there. O'Brien waits. In fact, he'll shoot, and a save by Nelson. It came into the corner off of him at an odd angle. Now it's to the right side. O'Brien has some room in front. He shoots, and a save by Nelson. Right on the doorstep with Schumacher, and we come out the other end.
Here's now, and Jacob gets met right at the blue line by Heiserode. Takes a little shot at Heiserode. I don't see an arm up anywhere.
We come back down into the Alabama zone. Price is there. Schumacher is able to wrestle it away from him. Now Schumacher's stick is held. Play continues, and it'll be Hanna with it for Alabama left side.
Jeremy Hanna tries the toe drag around Johansson. Johansson sticks with the check and buries him in the corner. Gets the puck away from him. Tries to bring it up to near half floor, but it gets intercepted and a shot from the point. And a good opportunity there from Saracena, but Joseph couldn't get it past Bailey Stevens. And the Ice Bears will work it toward the blue line and trickles out. It'll go back in for Carson Warning, however. Warning will spin back with fellow defenseman Patrick Johansson, and they'll feed it up.
Here it comes to Cooley. He breaks through. He's pushed from behind, and the officials let it go. Play continues. Cooley still with it. He's tripped as he gets a shot off. It stays in play. Warnig with a drive, and it's missed wide from the left side. Johansson steps around Rooney. He'll get it off the corner. Now here is Warnig. He's going to wait. Gets it in down low, and they'll try to work it along to Matt Matty. Matty has 2 goals and an assist this season out of St. Charles. Had 4 goals back in 16-17 and 4 goals and an assist with Adrian College.
Oh, there's a steal out front and a score as Carson Warnig put it right on the tape of Alabama, and they come up with a shot and a score. I believe it was Jeremy Hanna who comes away with it. Let's see if it was 90. No, 98. That is Mark Demers. Mark Demers will get the goal for Alabama, and it's 3-1, and a terrible play defensively for the Ice Bears. No way other than that to say it, and a great steal and goal by Demers. That comes with 16:46 left to go in the third period. And Alabama wants to go right back to work.
Alabama goal scored by number 88, Andrew Durkin.
Okay, it's 88,
for Alabama, the Durkin on the unassisted goal. Time of the goal, 3:11.
They gave it to 88, not 98, although I'm not sure 88 was on the ice, but we'll say Durkin for now. And it is a 3-1 game. And Alabama with a little breathing room as we get some extracurricular activity at the red line. That game was 16:46 left in the third period. Unassisted goal, of course. And a penalty coming up on Alabama.
Yeah, that was Durkin's goal, by the way.
Okay.
So Missouri State trails, but they have a power play. This is power play number 5. 5 penalties, 10 minutes. Oh, I take that back. No, this is 6 penalties and 15 minutes in penalties. They had that 5-minute major earlier, so 6 penalties for 15 minutes, that is. And the Ice Bears work on the power play. 1:39 remaining on it. They trail 3-1. Bell with a shot. It's blocked. 15:59 to go in the period. Here's Brown again, right side. Up the middle. Bell shoots. It's blocked. Bell, that is there. And it's stolen and taken away by Gottfried. It's a 2-on-1.
Yeah, they've got a chance here. Gottfried gets it cross ice. It bounced off the stick. Wraparound attempt is blocked by Anderson. And the Ice Bears avoid another dangerous situation as Turin brings it up ice.
And as Missouri State trails by 2, it's Turin to wait. Nobody there. Missouri State seemingly is perplexed right now. Here's Kovacic behind the net. He's been relatively quiet. Was the leading scorer last season for Missouri State. Now sent in low. Kovacic's weak pass, though, gets to Anderson. It's blocked. Anderson again with it. And it's through the slot area, and it's cleared.
And everybody going for a line change that possibly can, as Derek Smith will come back to pick up the puck for the Ice Bears and start a rush up the right side.
Missouri State, although they're out shooting Alabama 30-17, they trail 3-1 on the scoreboard. Here is Turin. Gives it up now as the Ice Bears will work it across the line to Derek Smith, and we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. Between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss.
That goal by Andrew Durkin, he just took it right off the stick and then almost in a single motion put it in the back of the net. The Ice Bears are definitely having a little bit of breakdown, I believe, in terms of concentration, so they've got to keep their physical and mental energy up, and I don't think they're having any problem with the physical. It's the mental, I think, that's letting them down at this point.
Well, I talked about it earlier, and we talked about the C's, and does Missouri State have, well, I'll just add another one, the charisma to keep going here and not make mistakes. A bad mistake there. You learn from it. We'll see what happens here. There's plenty of time. 14.5 minutes to go in the third period. Missouri State trails 3-1. You get a quick one here and everything's good to go.
And there's some more bad luck as Schumacher fell down as the pass was coming in towards him.
So we got to send it back. Power play is over. The Ice Bears cough up the puck up the middle, but at least they're there to break it up.
Still can't control, though, as they'll finally work it out to the point. Now they fan on the outlet pass, but still managed to get up ice somehow.
Cooley put it in, but it was a delayed offside, and directing traffic is Nato.
And Nato will try to take it into the corner. He gets ridden out of the play, and it comes back behind. Ice Bears Brennan Anderson gets to it first. Tries to skate up on the right wing, right wing.
Stolen by Salnikov. He walks in, he can't get a shot off. And a great play. Behind the play was Saracena to deflect it. And a good opportunity for Salnikov as he raced in all alone. Play is behind the Missouri State net. It is cleared out to center and all the way down, and one of the best opportunities for Missouri State, and Salnikov was thwarted on a huge play by Saracena. Now the Ice Bears bring it across the line, a deflected puck, and it will be set up once again. It'll be drawn back into the Alabama zone by Briere, and he'll come out of the zone and stretch it to the corner.
He'll lift it high and on goal. It takes one bounce into the shoulder pad of Bailey Stevens, and he'll glove it down on the ice to stop play with 13:03 left in the third period. 3-1 your score. The Frozen Tide of Alabama
between the glass advantage with Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, you were mentioning the C's. Concentration is going to be important, and a few moments ago, the Ice Bears almost lost their concentration on defense with that lapse as the puck went behind goal. They're going to have to pick it up a little bit now as we get into the middle part of the third period.
Warning back on the ice trying to make amends, comes over the puck. Here's a lead pass.
It'll go, and an opportunity for Salenbach, and he just hit the outside of the crease. It was tipped in front. Salenbach steals, he shoots, it's blocked in front once again by Briere. Rebound comes in front, and Warnig is trying to make up for his miscue earlier. Now it comes behind the net, taken away, it's up the middle again, taken by Saunders. He spins and shoots and missed wide. Still in the Alabama zone, a great set of pressure by Missouri State. Warning drive, save, rebound, loose, and saved by the goaltender at the line. Nelson was able to hold on at the line, and the officials wave it off as he was pushed back into the net, but they blew the whistle. It is no goal. It wouldn't have been anyway, even if they announced it, but what a big save and what an even better opportunity for Missouri State. They have put together some of their best here late in the period.
And what an effort by Gunnar Nielsen to keep that thing out of the net. But again, I come back to what I said at the beginning of this period. Sometimes the puck just will not bounce your way. And again, the Ice Bears with golden opportunities, and they just can't seem to get that extra inch and a half they need.
And at this point, it just doesn't seem like it is bouncing for Missouri State. But there's plenty of time, 12:23 to go in the period. We'll get station identification for you coming up in a moment. But meanwhile, off the draw, the Ice Bears will win it, and it will be Kovacic. Left dot, down in low. Siebold is there for Alabama. Bell tried to take it away. Turin is there to kick it ahead, but now it comes out to center ice, and Alabama has it.
And they'll get it on the right side to Godfrey. He lost it behind his own skates, and almost a steal for the Ice Bears. And again, they couldn't come up with the big break as Alabama recovers. Now the Ice Bears have the puck, and they'll get it on the left wing and try to come out of the zone with Alex Turin.
Turin will swing it all the way around, and Missouri State will try to move the puck on the near side to Kovacic. They do get it to him. Now to Bell. Bell's backhander is intercepted by Johnson, and it'll be moved by Now, who has 2 goals in today's game, to Ouellette.
Ouellette will take the shot. It's high over the crossbar, off the glass, and back over the crossbar, off of the top of Bailey Stevens' pads, and it dropped down in front of him. And there, finally, is a break for the Ice Bears.
11:33 to go in the period.
Dr. Ben Goss, how close was that puck to coming off of the glass and off of Bailey and down into the goal?
Probably just as close as it looked to you from my angle. I was screened a little bit on that, but indeed, Bailey Stevens made a very, very quick play on it, and he was able to smother it just in the nick of time for the Ice Bears.
One-timer off the face-off is a little bit wide to the left from Nick Price, and Alabama will keep it in at the corner with Briere doing the chores. Alex Turin will step in front of a pass, but couldn't clear the zone. Here's another blast from the right point, knocked down by heavy traffic out in front. Ice Bears had it momentarily. A check from behind. I don't see a
well,
arm up on that.
That's the 4th one now that's happened that there's been no call on. 11:07 to go in the period. Puck is sent down and shoved right back in. Want to tell you about a new rule this season. It's already been called, and the next stoppage in play, I'll tell you about it. Meanwhile, the Ice Bears had it, and now we're going to get a whistle. We will get a penalty. It's called by the official on the far side. It's a tripping call, and it will be called against Kalen Briere, and Missouri State will go on the power play. This is going to be power play number 6 for the Ice Bears.
Now, what was that new rule you were talking about?
Well, it has to do with closing your hand on the puck. If you grab the puck and you put it down, you drop it down literally in front of you, they will not call a penalty. If you grab the puck and you move it to the side, or you try to throw it, or you try to make any other movement to advance the puck without dropping it down literally in front of your feet, they'll give you a penalty. Fans yelling, "Let's go Bears." Kovacic drive and a save, rebound, and we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage in play as skating through the crease and knocking over the goaltender Nelson was Bell.
And Bell was shoved into that situation.
Yeah, he was kind of stuck into there, and that's why I'm just kind of wondering why the official called the play if he was pushed in, but...
Well, no penalty for goalie interference.
Just a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
10:39 remaining in the third period. A 3-1 lead for Alabama. Now with the first goal in the second period, Anderson ties it up. Now gets the second goal for Alabama, and Durkin also has now scored, and that is his first goal of the season. So the Ice Bears with Kovacic. Oh, what a glove save, as Kovacic was looking forward to putting it in the upper right-hand corner, and Nelson just flashed the leather, and it stays out of the net. 1:37 to go in the penalty, and 10:29 to go in the period.
Andrew's got to feel absolutely robbed on that one. He had the nice spot picked out.
He looked up at the ceiling and said, what do I have to do? Well, he's going to try it again. Brown wins the draw, gets deflected up and out of play. Face-off stays in the zone, as it was deflected by an Alabama player. 10:25 now remains. Shots 35-18 in favor of Missouri State. They trail 3-1 on the scoreboard. Here is Turin to win the draw. Once again, the Ice Bears do. Brown to Anderson, left side. He tried to pass in front. It hits a skate. Anderson again walks in. Now he's going to look for a wraparound. Anderson shoots, and it's saved by Nelson, but there's nobody there because Anderson left his spot, and the Ice Bears will have to regroup and set things up. Now Bell lost the puck. Kicked ahead to Anderson. 1:12 to go on the power play, and Missouri State desperately needs to score here. Puck cleared into the zone. On the power play this season, they came in at 8.3%, 1 for 12. That's been it in 2 games. Here's Turin, walks in. Turin gets around a man, drops it down in low, goes over to Salnikov. Nikita Salnikov now works it to Brown. He shoots, pad save. It may have gone wide though, but Nelson decided to make the save anyway. Puck is cleared. 47 seconds left and a line change for both teams.
Brennan Anderson, the only one staying on the ice. He'll track down the puck behind his own goal. Bailey Stevens looks out to see who's coming. Teed is getting there to apply some token forechecking pressure. And now with 30 seconds left in the power play, the Ice Bears come forward.
Johansson across the red line, now to the blue line to Cooley. He's in the zone. Cooley over to Johansson, nothing doing. Maddie with a drive, and he missed wide. Now Salnikov playing the left point. Salnikov has some room, drops it to Johansson. He shoots, save! Coming out to cut down the angle was Nelson, and he holds on through a lot of traffic, including Cooley. And with 9:07 to go and 15 seconds remaining in the power play,
you get the feeling it's going to have to be a redirection that gets this guy.
Well, it's going to have to be at this point. He is a tall goaltender. He's listed at 6 foot 155, but he is pretty big.
Bigger than that.
Here's Cooley with a shot. It's partially blocked. It goes to the far side. Messina to chase, but it's tipped for the Ice Bears, and Salnikov's pass is too hot to handle for Hunter Cooley, and it goes out. The power play has expired. We're now 5-on-5. Matt Matty will send it up to the corner now as it goes off of the stick of the Ice Bears' Derek Smith and sent down in to Salnikov. Lets it go to Johansson. He shoots, it's blocked, and here's Saracena. He'll have it left side and send it in.
Saracena trying to nudge it ahead to no, but it got taken down there. We got a penalty coming up to Alabama, I believe.
Yeah, it is, and they're going to touch the puck. And we're going to have the face-off. It'll come all the way down into the Alabama zone. Dr. Ben Goss between the glass.
We've got an injured Ice Bear lying face down on the ice. I cannot get a number because he is lying face down and far away from me to where the glass is blocking my view of him. All I can see is his right skate, but the bench is going over now to tend to him, and we'll get a name and number as soon as we can.
Well, do you think that was the result of the penalty?
It was hard to tell. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. I'm not sure that it was based on just an eyeball view.
Well, assistant coach, now newly appointed assistant coach Brendan McClue coming over. He is a graduate of sports medicine. Also the trainer, Scott Stegman over there for Missouri State. Dan, it's when I wish we had our additional camera angle. We'll hopefully get it tomorrow to see that corner, but he is getting up, and it looks like it's Patrick Johansson.
It is.
And
he's up and skating well, though, now under his own power and about to come out of the glass, so
well,
he's just his bell rung.
The good news is he's up. The bad news is he's going to the locker room, and that is probably concussion protocol.
And Sarcina just got sent out, too, so I believe he's done for the night.
And that means another 5-minute major possibly for Missouri State.
We'll wait and see. Normally that's the case in this situation.
And it is a 5-minute major to Saracena.
Well, you're not going to get a better opportunity to get back in this hockey game if you're Missouri State, because they can score as many times as they wish during this 5 minutes, and they've got 8:25 left in this game to score 2 goals.
Well, it's about this time, Ben, that I wish you were over on the bench and you could ask Jeremy Law about the fact that they did not score on the first 5-minute major, and hopefully Missouri State can do that. They can score at will as many times as they wish, and they could potentially take the lead here in the next 5 minutes with 8:25 remaining in the third period.
And I'm not even sure what the penalty call was. Hopefully we'll get that in just a second from PA announcer Tim Bracey.
It's either checking from behind or a major for boarding, but we'll figure it out here in just a moment. 5 minutes up on the board. The Ice Bears with a face-off in the Alabama zone. Turin comes in to take the draw from now. And it's Kovacic to wrestle with it. To Turin, they get it to the point. Now to Brown, over to Anderson. Anderson waits. Anderson looks for traffic. He shoots, and a pad save by the goaltender Nelson. It'll go to Anderson again, left side. Right side to Brown. 5-minute major. The Ice Bears are working on it. They trail by 2. Now to Kovacic, high slot. Kovacic, left side to Anderson. Anderson lost the puck, but he's able to regain it. Good poke check by Now. Comes down in low, working to Brown on the right side. Now it'll be Kovacic. Over to Anderson. It's up into the corner. Game DQ for head contact is Saracena's penalty. They're announcing. Here comes Bell down the middle. He shoots. It's blocked in front. Not cleared yet. Although Now tries to, but it's taken away by Brown into the near side. Spun around the right circle. And finally, it's Siebold to clear it all the way down. 4:03 to go in the power play.
Both teams go for line changes. Anderson will stay back and control the puck while he waits for his teammates to come out. Here's Heiserode on the charge.
They're Derek Smith now.
Rather.
Smith shoots and he missed it just wide. It'll go to the far side. Now as Schumacher, Schumacher is going to play defense. It'll go to Smith. Ice Bears work the power play. 3:39. They trail by 2. Fans yelling for the Ice Bears to do something. O'Brien on the ice to Bratton. He's going to work around a man. Bratton shoots, blocker save, rebound, and it'll go to Salnikov. He shoots, it's blocked in front. And it was blocked by Messina, and he is hobbling. And Messina, the pass came right to him, and he steals the puck.
And he's working on Derek Smith. Smith slides in and pokes the puck away. Great diving defensive play, but he's going to get a tripping call, and he got a hold of the puck. He played the puck, he got a hold of the puck, and they're going to get him for tripping.
You're looking at me, and I can't answer this one. Cannot answer this one at all.
I am dumbfounded by that one.
Unless they say he left his feet and didn't have control, but he did get the puck.
He got the puck first, there's no doubt about it. And I am just dumbfounded.
It's a tripping call.
Yeah.
Was that power play number 7 the Ice Bears had?
Yes, it was.
Let's go to Dr. Ben Goss between the glass.
Well, 2 things. That makes 3 of us who can't believe that particular call. And also, I just spoke with Patrick Johansson as he made his way out of the locker room, and he's now climbing over onto the Missouri State bench. He's fine. He just got his bell rung a little bit, and they did the concussion protocol, and I think he's good to go.
Oh, that's good news for Missouri State, at least defensively, as the puck gets flipped up and out of play.
Wow.
So we're 4-on-4 for 155. Missouri State gets the next goal, and this is going to be obviously a different hockey game. You're only trailing by 1, but you have to get that goal.
Now, the unusual situation is the Ice Bears, if they can kill 153, will go right back on the power play.
But now it's 4-on-4 as Cooley tries to step around Willette, and the puck is cleared off the glass and sent down. But Missouri State traditionally has liked a lot of ice. We'll see what they can do. Although they get the puck stolen as Tutt will send it in.
Anderson goes back to reclaim the squandered puck, and he'll try to work it up to center ice. Now goes left side. Cooley had it momentarily, lost it. Comes back to Wallette. He'll feed it to Tutt. Tutt cuts to the right. Now tries to feed back to Wallette down the slot, but it's knocked away by Cooley. And Cooley will get it on the half board. Gets sent back behind as Wallette does yeoman's duty on defense for Alabama. It's a 4-on-4 skate for the next minute and 7 seconds as the Ice Bears have to get something going. Here's Rubin off the bench.
Right side, Rubin with a drive. It's partially blocked. Another shot, and it goes through. Schumacher left side. He shoots, and he missed wide. Near side boards. It'll be sent down by Heiseroth. It's let go by Maddie. Taken away and picked up by Jack Rooney on the ice now. And Rooney, with some room, he's able to get it to Briere, and he will move it out to center. Ice Bears retreated. Everybody retreated, and it was a bad pass that moves back into the Alabama zone. 5:11 to go in the period. 3-1 Alabama. Puck down to the Missouri State zone. We are in the third period here from Mediacom Ice Park.
Ice Bears have the puck. Nice give and go.
It'll come to Salenbach. He lost it. Hanna takes it away. That's for Alabama, and we come right to left.
And the puck squirts free as they come across the blue line, and it will be taken back by Missouri State University. 7 seconds left on the penalty to Derek Smith, and then it'll be about a minute and 12 seconds worth of penalty time.
And, now we have power play number 8, and the Ice Bears lose the puck into the zone. That's the biggest key, is Missouri State not getting it set up in the zone.
Here's Messina, and offside on the play is teed, and it'll come back outside the Ice Bears zone.
All right, I'll let you think about this, Dr. Ben Goss, but we got another C word here since we're on that C. What summarizes this next 4:28 for Missouri State?
In my humble opinion, that C word is courage. The Bears have to have some courage here going forward here because we're running out of time. Under 4:30 now left in the game.
Now with 1 minute remaining in the power play, it comes across the line to Turin. He shoots, and a glove save. Nelson is able to hold on, but that's good. Missouri State picks up some ice, and the face-off will go to the right of Nelson. 4:20 remains, and 55 seconds to go in the power play. Missouri State trails 3-1. Anderson, the only goal scorer for Missouri State, now has 2 for Alabama, and Durkin also has his first of the season. Turin cannot win the draw this time. Briere slaps it to the near side boards. Held in, though, by Chris Brown of Missouri State. Drops it over to Turin at the right dot. Turin spins around to Kovacic, working the power play for 42 seconds. Kovacic to Brown. He shoots. It's tipped up high. Rebound to the corner. Kovacic will have it near side boards. Kovacic, right dot, up the middle to Bell. It's broken away from him to Anderson. High slot. He shoots. It's blocked. Now taken by Chris Brown. Dropped in low to Bell. 26 seconds to go on the power play. Missouri State trails by 2. Kovacic with it. We're in the third. Kovacic, right circle. Now to Anderson. Over to Bell. Down the middle with some room. He shoots, and a blocker save. Make that blocker stick save combination by Nelson. High again to Anderson. Now to Brown. To Anderson. Right side. Left side. Kovacic fanned on it. It's into the corner. Turin to chase. And Kovacic keeps it in momentarily. Power play is over. Puck is cleared. And there's 3:23 to go in the third period.
And now the chore becomes even taller for the Ice Bears. 39-18 they lead on shots on goal on the scoreboard. 39-18. But they trail in the numbers that matter. 3-1 as they try to crank up the offense one more time.
They'll do it now with Bratton. He shoots, and a blocker save. He was picking the low right corner, and a big save there. 3:02 to go. Puck across the line. Ice Bears do manage to clear it out to center. And it's sent right back in their zone. So you break it down, you got to get a goal every minute, 30 seconds.
I wondered when the math would come in.
Yeah, I only had time to do it now.
As the puck gets chipped up at the blue line on the Ice Bears end and flung into the zone, this should be an icing call.
Yep. It will. 2:40 to go in the period, and icing will bring it back into the Missouri State zone. Well, standing near us is former assistant coach Ryan Armstrong. He's now general manager, and I'll tell you what, if he was assistant coach right now, he does not have a very happy look on his face as the Ice Bears take a timeout.
Well, it's been a very strange game, and
you know, one of the things that I can say is that I wish the game was brought to you by the letter L, because lightly, I don't know if Missouri State has taken Alabama lightly, but when you outshoot them 40-18, you wouldn't think so. It's just there have been so many strange things. Crazy. We'll just call it brought to you by Crazy, right, Dr. Ben Goss, between the glass?
that would work for me, and you don't want to go with L because L stands for loss, so we definitely going to scratch that one. But really quickly, Patrick Johansson's been back out on the ice skating, so he appears to be okay. And on that particular power play defense for Alabama, Thomas Godfrey did a great job of patrolling the crease. He had a number of tips and deflections and checks coming across for the Frozen Tide to help keep the Ice Bears at bay one more time.
2:40 remains in the third period. Missouri State trails 3-1. You get a quick goal here, and everything may be okay. You can breathe a little bit, but you have to get this goal. Now you have to go 180 feet. You got to get out of your own zone.
Durkin will go to the face-off circle for Alabama, and Maddie for the Ice Bears. Durkin wins the draw as Alabama will push it back into the corner and try to waste some clock here, as they have a 2-goal advantage with 2:31 left to go. Puck squirts out of the zone. Ice Bears have it.
Matt Matty will have it to the left side. Now it goes to Johansson, and he had a shot that was partially blocked. Now it stays down in low. Nobody there for Missouri State. Matty is in to put a forecheck. He does. He almost steals the puck. Gets it to the point. Held in. It'll go to the corner to Salnikov. 2:10 to go in the period. Ice Bears pull the goaltender. He's out. Here's Derek Smith as he tried to get a handle on the puck. It bounced over his stick. Empty net for Missouri State. They pulled the goaltender with 2:10 left in the period.
Puck is tipped out of the zone. Durkin is racing for it. Wide open goal, but he's beaten to the puck by Cooley. Hunter will leave it back behind. 1:48 left to go in regulation.
Empty net for Missouri State. They are slow to get the puck up. Now they bring it across the line and send it all the way down. 1:41 to go. Nelson clears it himself, and it's held in by O'Brien off of his skate. Now it'll go to Bell. He's going to send it in low to Kovacic now. Over to Turin. Kicked off the puck. Pushed to the corner. Now battles for it behind the net. 1:24 remains. The Ice Bears trail by 2. O'Brien battles for it up the middle. It is taken away and cleared by Rooney and out to center ice. Well, no, it's not cleared apparently. Hit a skate and stays in. O'Brien with 1:09 to go. Empty net. Ice Bears pulled their goalie with 2:10 left, and they still work the puck. O'Brien with a check behind the net. Now it comes up the middle in front, and Salnikov with a drive and a save by Hanna. Hanna stuck his stick out, and he deflected it over the net. Less than a minute to go. Turin works the puck. Turin with a sloppy puck up the middle. It's gloved down and played with a hand. But it was knocked down, I believe, by Alabama, and they're going to say it was played with the hand. Alabama must have touched the puck.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
the only thing I can think.
Well, he kind of threw it down at his feet, and it wasn't a natural drop down. It was more of a throw down.
And that's a bad break for Missouri State because it stopped play. 47.9 seconds left.
And tap in downtown Springfield.
We'll go back outside. They're going to, I'm not sure why, but we're going outside.
Well,
the zone.
timeout. It's because a timeout was taken. Well, we know that the player of the game, as voted by the Ice Bears Booster Club, is Brennan Anderson. So number 11, Brennan Anderson, the player of the game.
Now, is the good doctor going to handle that for us, too?
Yep. Dr. Ben Goss will handle those duties, at least for today. Ben, I'll bring you up here between the glass. Now, of course, this was your tryout today, and I think you passed.
Well, thank you very much. As an educator, I'm always interested in that, so I'm glad to know that I got good marks from two experts like yourselves, and just feel fortunate to be here tonight to watch this great hockey game and to be part of the Ice Bears organization and part of this broadcast team.
Now, of course, you have to know that we're joking. We always joke with our on-air compadres, and Ben, we hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I plan to be here.
All right. 47.9 seconds left. Salnikov with a drive right off the draw. He misses. Anderson. It'll go to Salnikov. Backhander in and a save by Nelson. And he has been playing lights out. This is his 42nd shot that he has faced, and he has come up absolutely big for Missouri State.
By the way,
against Missouri State.
I would like it known for the record that I personally did not see the resume of Dr. Ben Goss, so I don't think there was enough documentation provided to make a judgment on this.
Okay. Just
for the record.
So you're saying you need $20?
Roughly in that area.
Okay. 40.2 seconds left. Ice Bears win the draw. Anderson, he shoots, tipped, and it's blocked, stays in. Kovacic blast in, tipped again. 32 seconds. Bratton with it up the middle, drive, save, rebound, loose, and it's taken away and cleared. That drive came off of Solnikov. It's cleared all the way down, but wide of the empty net.
And Anderson almost gets trapped back there. In fact, he does get pushed down momentarily, but got up in time to get the puck back. 15 seconds. They need a long pass. They're going to get intercepted. And here's a golden opportunity for Dylan Teed, and he scores. And so you finally hear Dylan Teed add to his team-leading total of goals, but it comes on an empty netter with 7.9 seconds left in the contest.
1956, actually 1952 will be the time of the goal.
And now finally the Ice Bears faithful start to file out the door. They stayed pretty much to the bitter end, but a 4-1 lead with 8 seconds to go is a little bit much to overcome.
That is Teed's first goal of the season, and with 4 seconds to go,
the Ice Bears will just hold on to the puck and let time expire. And Alabama, ranked 22nd in the preseason poll, will get their first Division I win of the year over the 17th ranked preseason Ice Bears. 4-1 your final.
Shots on goal in the third period. I don't know if this is entirely right. Bailey Stevens only facing 3 shots. If 2 of them were goals, I don't think that's right for a 3-period total of 18, which means he faced 3. I don't believe that's entirely correct. And
we do know it was lopsided. We don't have the exact figures, I don't think, but we do know it was lopsided in favor of the Ice Bears tonight. There it is.
Well, that's the wrong horn, Dan.
Yeah.
That is the Ice Bears beginning of their, what should have been their fight song, but 16 total shots, make that 12 total shots in the third period for a 3-period total of 41 that the Missouri State Ice Bears had put on goaltender Gunnar Nelson. Power plays, nobody scored, all even strength goals. Missouri State really now kind of dismal on the power play. They are 0 for 8. The Frozen Tide are 0 for 4. And that empty net goal.
And let's go on down to the ice here. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go down to the ice with Dr. Ben Gosson, our player of the game.
And Brennan Anderson.
Captain Brendan Anderson, tough loss to a tough Crimson Tide team here tonight. What do the Ice Bears need to do tomorrow night to avenge this loss?
We just need to definitely clean up our play. There's a lot of sloppy passes. You know, pucks not getting through the net. We're shooting into bodies. You know, we need to start getting pucks to the net and actually crash for rebounds. Clean up the passing, and we should be fine tomorrow.
Your thoughts on Nielsen for the Frozen Tide in the goal tonight?
I mean, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't really impressed by it by any means. It's, you know, it was just an unlucky bounce, and, you know, things happen. So we'll clean it up tomorrow and be better.
Ice Bears captain Brendan Anderson, player of the game tonight. Thank you, Brendan, for your remarks tonight. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, one of the things that I know he wasn't going to answer, Ben, was when you asked him about the goaltender, you know, they don't care. All they care about is goals going into the net. They don't care how the goaltender played. They don't even care if he was even voted a star. And I'm sure that at this point, Brendan Anderson is a little upset at losing this game by the score that they did.
Well, 4-1 is your final score. They'll drop the puck again tomorrow. Got a couple of goals to look at here, I think, before. Well, they're already shutting the lights off.
Well, we'll take a look at it here, even though they are shutting the lights out on us. And the first goal of the game comes in the second period, and that is Now's goal at 6:26, his first of the season, and the assist goes to William Zeke. It is a 1-0 lead for Alabama. Then the Ice Bears could have been down 2-0, but if it wasn't for a huge save by Bailey Stevens, stuck his left leg pad out right as you look at it, made the save, and then right after that it was Brennan Anderson to come back and give Missouri State a 1-1 tie. Anderson flips it up over everybody, and it catches the goaltender Nielsen off guard, and it is a 1-1 game. But then Now comes back in the second period with his second at 17-19. The assist on a 2-on-1 pass goes to Gottfried, and Missouri State trails by a score of 2-1. Then it's Demers to make it a 3-1 game at 3:11 of the third period as he stole the puck away from the Ice Bears defenseman and Carson Warnig. And then, of course, the empty net goal just moments ago as Teed gets a give me there, unassisted at 3:19 of the third. And that's where we are right now as Missouri State ends up losing this game by a score of 4-1. Our next broadcast we'll have for you right here, MediaCom Ice Park tomorrow, University of Alabama. We hope that you'll tune in for that one at 7 o'clock. Dan, final thoughts here on this hockey game, which I think pretty much everyone agrees. There were bounces, but there was opportunities that Missouri State had they didn't capitalize on, including 2 5-minute power plays.
Yeah, that's just the good old hockey game. I mean, some nights are diamonds and some nights are dirt, and tonight was a dirt night for the Ice Bears. I think they certainly played well enough that it should have had a little bit better outcome for them in this hockey game. But the bounces, the bad passes, and let's face it, anytime your opponent scores half the shots on goal that you have, and 3 of the 4 goals were unassisted, you know something's gone terribly wrong. And that's all there was to it tonight for the Ice Bears. Dr. Ben Goss joins us now in the broadcast booth. We just can't put how did that happen on this one?
Well, I think in continuing with the C words, crazy probably is as good a word as I can think of at this moment in time, and I'll spare everybody the Patsy Cline singing, but indeed the Bears had every opportunity to cash in tonight. There's another C word for you, Steve.
There you go.
But they just could not find a way to do it. I think Nielsen had a lot to do with that in goal, and I know that the Ice Bears don't care about that, Steve, but in terms of objectively calling the game, he was pretty much a stone wall for them. He had a lot of shots thrown at him, and he was able to handle it and give big ups to the Frozen Tide's penalty defense. They did a great job of killing off a lot of minutes tonight. They didn't seem to get too tired, and they were able to bring home the win tonight. But the Ice Bears get another shot at it tomorrow, so tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah, and let's not take anything away from Gunnar Nielsen, who did a fantastic job in Alabama's crease tonight. He came up with some fantastic saves along the way. And Doc, thanks for no Patsy Cline.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
I'll tell you what, the final C word of this broadcast is comeback. That's what we hope to see tomorrow from Missouri State.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it here from MediaCom Ice Park as the Ice Bears now record falls to 2-1. Alabama is now 2-0 this season. It's their first Division I win for the hockey club. As the Ice Bears fans have filed out, the scoreboard is off. We're just about done. I'm Steve Casson for Dan Lee, Ben Goss, and for Scott Rice, and Dory Lemoyne keeping us on the air at KBFL. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears hockey with your hosts, Steve Casson and Dan Lee. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.